Welcome into the Sports Buffoons Podcast.
Welcome on in, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Sports Buffoons, and we are here on NFL Draft Day live at Brewbakers here in Lenexa.
What is that, Mickey Mouse over there?
Getting excited, dude. I got 12 picks. We got 12 fucking
12
picks.
picks. What are we going to do with 12
Yeah,
picks?
dude.
You know 4 of those are 7th rounders, right, for the Chiefs? So let's keep that in mind. Let's not get too excited here.
Hey, there's a lot to happen today. Who knows what kind of trades will happen? Who knows what moves will be made? Does Debo go somewhere?
Yeah, so guys, if Debo Samuel's going to get traded, today's a great day for it to happen.
Today would be the day
So,
for it, so.
did the Jets pull the move? Because, Debo wants to get out of there, but now we've heard other rumors that maybe they've, reconciled and gotten back together. Now they're all happy again. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to see here, but also today, guys, we have tons of guests here. We're going to be streaming in also on a couple live broadcasts as well going on for certain picks as well. So we got tons of stuff going on. Just happening. But currently, before we get started in the NFL draft here, we didn't have a Wednesday show. It was weird, I know. It felt weird to me. It felt just different. So
Well, it was different because we've done almost every Wednesday for the past 2 years now, and so obviously skipping a Wednesday, that our schedules were thrown off.
I still don't know what day it is.
It was weird that I was so free at 7 p.m. on a Wednesday. What am I doing with my life? Here I am sitting at home, just watching some YouTube TV.
That's right.
Good news is the Royals beat the White Sox today, and they won the series.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Back on. Did you realize this? They're 7-10 on the season. They're actually second place in the AL Central.
Which is weird because they were dead last as of yesterday.
But that's good.
It's
That means
how-
you can win.
Well,
you
yeah.
can win the
Oh, yeah.
division.
It's all over the place. And it's weird, too, because they're beating the White Sox, who are supposed to be the best in the division. So who knows? Hey, we got Ultimate Gaming here in the house. Ultimate Gaming, what's up, man? He says, yo, I'm back. What's up? Finished with ACT testing. And he goes, are you guys in a new location? We are. We're at Brewbakers in Lenexa. So it's kind of something new. We got not quite the iPhone camera that we usually have because this show's going to last forever. And I want my phone, all right? I want my phone for 3 hours. If it was an hour,
Absolutely.
I can get away with it. But I want something here at my fingertips.
Show's going to last forever, so what are you guys drinking right now?
Drinking.
You got some clear liquid.
Let me go grab that.
It looks like it might be ice water for Tanner at the moment.
Oh, nothing better than ice water.
Oh,
It's been
yeah.
a long day.
This
getting
is
ready for the draft.
Fancy Agua because I'm setting up here and I want to get stuff rolling. So Fancy Agua.
No, I say it's draft day. It's time to party and have some beers.
Yep, time to get hammered. So what kind of beer you got over there, Mike?
I got myself the Rough Tail Peaches IPA or something like that. So it's pretty nice. I like the little
Rough
flavor.
Tail. That sounds like
Rough
a
Tail.
porno video.
Well, I don't think it is. I don't know
You don't think it is?
I don't know why you would say that.
I forgot. That's a brewery down in Oklahoma.
Brewery in Oklahoma City.
I stand corrected.
Rough Tail Brewing. Great IPAs. I love those guys. So.
Oh yeah.
so
No, we're gonna. I mean, also I'll get drinks. We'll get food here as well, and stuff going on here.
We're gonna watch Tanner eat
But-
on camera.
In the meantime, guys, NBA playoffs are underway still, even though the draft is today. Game 6s are underway. 76ers Raptors are Game 6 right now. Raptors are up by 3 towards the end of the second half. The Suns and Pelicans are also underway. The Suns are only up by 3 into the first. And then the Mavs and Jazz still to play tonight. So what are we thinking here? Game 6 is tonight. Are we seeing the Raptors going to finally take the 76ers and tie it up and go to Game 7?
I'm not buying it. I think Coach Doc Rivers on the Sixers has been taking a lot of shit lately about the fact that he always lets teams come back for a 3-1 deficit. So I think the 76ers, if they don't close it out tonight, they will definitely close it out in Game 7. I'm not too worried about the Sixers. Suns, allegedly Devin Booker is back, so I think they shouldn't have a problem.
Let's click
with
on
the
that real
Pelicans.
quick here. We take a look here. Booker is not what I'm seeing here. Oh, there he is. 7 minutes, 2 points. So he's killing it right now.
So he's back. Meanwhile, you got Brandon Ingram, who's banged up. So the Suns should not have a problem for the rest of the series.
Yeah, I feel fine about that.
Yeah,
but,
are you feeling a little better there, Mike, on the Suns?
as long as Booker's healthy. I mean, obviously today they're going to take it easy on him. He's not going to play the full game. He's going to play here and there. work him in, and then I'm more worried about the next series, hoping he's 100% ready for that because, the Pelicans are a team they should be beating anyway. So, let's get him back fully healthy and then go from there. But otherwise, Tanner, I don't give a damn. You know why? It is after 7 p.m. Central, which means the draft is now on and live.
Basketball doesn't
and we're waiting
exist.
for Roger Goodell to come out onto the stage and say, the NFL draft has began.
Let's have a draft and let's get some fucking difference makers on the Kansas City Chiefs. That's all I
Yeah,
care
so
about right
so
now.
you guys in favor at all of trading up if you're the Chiefs here with 2 picks in the first round? Obviously, it's going to probably require giving up possibly both of those current first-round picks to move up to get a better selection. But if they were to move up, I mean, what are you looking for? Edge, receiver? What position do you think would be the most important to go grab?
I probably wouldn't move up for edge, and I would only move up for receiver if a top receiver falls outside of that top 15. I don't want to reach too much.
Yeah, I'm super interested in seeing where Jameson Williams ends up. If he does fall past 12, I would say at that point, Chiefs, Brett Veach needs to get on the phone, start making some offers, and seeing what they can do to go get Jameson Williams. But because that guy's got game-breaking explosiveness.
Yeah, I think I don't see us really trading up in the top 15. I think if we go for a guy, it's going to be somewhere between that 15 to 20 mark if we're going to trade up here. And that's going to go probably after an edge or it's going to be edge or receiver they want. I really think if they trade up between that 15-20 mark, they're going to go after an edge. I think there's going to be somebody there they really want for an edge and not want to wait to see if he's there. So.
Well, I also think we're waiting to see how the board falls because, you don't just want to trade up for the sake of trading up. If someone falls on the board, then you want to be getting to be like, all right, let's make a move and get up there. You don't just want to do it. That's why there's no one that does a trade before the draft. Everyone trades within the draft because you're maneuvering and waiting for the board to talk to you, basically. And when the board speaks to you, then you can make a move and make a decision, and at that point, see value to go trade up and make a move that way.
I think another guy that if he does drop, I'd be interested in moving up, and that would be Thibodeau.
Yes.
Because if he drops into that 15 to 20 range, then
Which he will.
Well,
which he won't, but if he does, then I'd be interested.
If he goes past, let's say seven. Let's say 7 and Thibodeau for some guy.
I wouldn't trade up that high.
I'm
not trading up
because
that
you have to
high.
give up a lot to get to that.
You got to give up a lot.
You're giving up next year's first-round pick as well to get up to that 7.
Absolutely.
Here's my first first round, second round, and maybe a couple 7s. I'd give it up to get
A couple
Thibodeau.
7s? No one cares about 7s, Tanner.
Everybody cares about 7s.
No one gives a damn about 7th-round picks. Those have no value whatsoever.
Oh, I was to say you guys need to order a drink.
Oh, yeah, we do. Well, she probably thinks we're busy, which we are, but we're also not. We're going to be here with you guys for 3.5 hours. So,
Hey, this is longer than. Or is this longer than a football game?
it's going to be a little longer than an actual game. This will probably be our longest podcast of all time.
Oh,
now that I
even
think
longer
about it.
than the hour and a half that we had the other day, last week.
That was a little extreme. I wasn't very happy about that, Tanner. So.
Hey, I thought it was great. We
But
had a
here's the
full
thing.
mock draft in.
It's
and-
draft night. It's okay to go 3.5 hours. That's what you're supposed to do. But on a normal podcast, we need to keep it under an hour. You know that.
Hey, man, podcast, give me content. I can go for hours. So, but yeah, guys, again, we got lots of guests showing up here. Even got confirmation that for the Bucks pick, Lonnie Martz, former NFL player for the Chiefs, Bucks. Got my notes here. Chiefs, Bucks, Oilers, and Jags. He'll be hopping on as well. Linebacker, safety, combo, edge. So he'll be kind of cool to see him on. We got Carlos back on here. He's actually in the waiting room for the Titans. Michael Doherty is going to hop on for the Packers. Jeremy B, we're going to tune in to his Lions podcast, see what's there. Dan Harris of Let's Talk Sports Network. He's going to hop on, even though it's going to be like 1:30 a.m. in UK. He's willing to hop on for that 4 pick. We got Jim Brainer, Michael Price, Jude Jets, Dan Brosnan, Ryan Larison, Jonathan Grishman. And then we'll tune into the Redbird Red Zone podcast. and
Roger
Twitter.
Goodell. Roger Goodell.
Oh, Roger's
Here we
back.
go.
It's on the clock.
Let's kick it off, baby.
Are we kicking off here? So I'll do my best to update below to the best available. I got a list here, so it's not going to be accurate by any means, like 1 through 10 or whatever, but it's going to be the best available players currently in the list. So I'll have that. We got some cool things rolling.
So first overall pick, you guys. Right now, Trayvon Walker has the best odds that we have seen now at this point to be number 1 overall pick. Mel Kiper Jr., as a matter of fact, had him going number 1 overall with this Jaguars pick. Do you guys see that happening? Because I've been seeing Hutchinson all along.
It has to be Hutchinson.
So why
It
is
has to be
Trayvon Walker minus 400 in the betting odds to be the first overall pick?
I don't know. I don't think there's enough there for Walker's history in his college days.
Hell no.
To be like he didn't put any stats up. So what's the point?
It goes beyond stats even. I understand the guy has great size, great intangibles,
Great everything.
great physical.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Obviously, great physical player. Obviously, as far as what you want to look for in a prototype size-wise. But Aiden Hutchinson, I just thought was more productive, and you're going to get a relentless guy. And I don't know if you get that from Trayvon Walker, because production does matter to me. And I'd be very surprised to see if he goes number 1 overall.
Yeah. No, I'm full out there with you.
I would just say at minus 400, I would be very leery of that bet. Those are horrible odds. Even if you
don't make
even
that
if
bet.
you think he is going first, do not make that bet.
Somehow Derek Carr right now is up
I was
there with
just, I was
Roger
just going to
Goodell.
ask you, is that
Darren
really Derek
Waller.
Carr there?
Darren Waller.
So Derek Carr's up there hanging out. I don't know why he would be hanging out, but he's up there right now.
Commissioner's buddy, man.
There's been a trade, maybe.
That would be funny if the Raiders got the first overall pick.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes Ice Cube. Ice Cube's coming on now.
Okay, so now you have Darren Waller, Derek Carr, and Ice Cube all on the stage.
For the Jaguars selection, which is going to be in about
Whoa,
15 minutes.
Where the fuck is Devontae Adams? You should put him up there too.
I don't know what's going on. Well, the only reason those guys are up there is because they're in Las Vegas, obviously. So
Okay.
yeah, they're doing their deal for Las Vegas. Next year we'll be at the one here in Kansas City, so
That's right. And
we'll be seeing
attending.
Patrick Mahomes potentially making a draft pick selection for the Chiefs.
We'll probably see Rob Riddle, I'm sure, and some of the hometown
Oh yeah, that'd be
folks.
good. Jason Sudeikis could get up there even and do
The
a
guy
pick.
that never ages. You
How
think he'll
about
show?
Trent
Right.
Green? Let's put Trent Green up there.
Yeah, I think we should have old ex-Chiefs
Tamba?
make all the picks for the next year's draft.
Dude, we can't hear you. Come on.
Let's hear from the homeboy Derek Carr.
Said it for my homeboy Derek Carr.
Ice
Get
Cube,
out of here,
Ice
man.
Cube. If they're gonna do this shit, just have Ice Cube start rapping up there, man. I don't need to listen to Derek Carr.
I think they just need to start the damn draft so we can get going here.
exactly because otherwise Tanner and I are gonna start venturing off back into the NBA if they don't get started here pretty soon.
Well, we are going to watch the Suns score and as this unfolds and see what we think of that. But otherwise, now we're just caring about the draft today, of course.
Sorry, I was getting Jeremy's deal pulled up here. So
So who's our first guest, Tanner?
the first one we're going to do here when the Lions come up to play at the end of the Jags pick, we're going to tune in to Jeremy B, Smoking Jeremy B's podcast that he's doing. He's doing also at a bar as well.
Nice.
So he's got the whole draft rolling there. So it'll be a fun time there. And I just, we're going to get his thoughts, his reactions. And I think I don't know, let me look here. Yeah, it looks like he's got actually a few people for Detroit there on the screen. So it'll be exciting to tune into him and see exactly what's going on. So,
Very nice.
yeah.
That'll be fun. Lions can go multiple different ways. See, the Jaguars pick here is going to open up things for the Lions, I think, because let's pretend Walker ends up going to the Jaguars as is projected currently by the odds. At that point, it's an easy choice.
You,
At that point-
you keep the man home,
Yeah.
and you keep him in Detroit.
Of course. And then he's the hometown favorite right away. you
Yeah,
know?
like
So-
that's the guy to take. All right, let's see here. Sorry, I'm still messing around here. I mean, there's a lot of ways this can go here. So are we officially? Yep, we're on the clock. All right.
On the clock currently, Jaguars currently have 8 minutes, 50 seconds remaining before their selection must be turned in. So, yeah, so if we had to make a pick here, we're going to do a guess on who they take. I got to go Hutchinson because that's the most logical choice at this point. I'm going to go against the odds on that Walker.
I'd go. Aiden Hutchinson. Just sounds right. Just means right. I think for these guys here, especially with the Jaguars, especially if they're possibly moving on from Josh Allen here at the end of the season, maybe mid-season before a trading block, depending on how things go. But
Look, they play the same position between Walker and Hutchinson.
Correct.
It's just a matter of who they believed, but through the interview process and everything else they did, who's going to be the more relentless player.
I'm gonna go with Walker just to kind of go against the grain
Just
here
go against the
because
grain?
a lot of times Vegas knows things that we don't. And then maybe that's why he is minus 400. So I'll take Walker here.
all right, I don't mind it. Da-da-da.
Yeah, I don't know how you could go away from Hutchinson with this pick. I think he's the most sure thing you're going to get in this draft. Like, he's got a very high floor, and what I mean by that is, like, the guy's going to be good in the league. It's a matter of how good is his ceiling.
Right.
You know, what is his upside?
I mean, this guy has potential Bosa ability, both of them.
Of course, yeah. You know, very very similar in the way that he plays too.
I mean, even watching some of his highlights, it looks like he's very patient in his approach, right? He doesn't, he'll explode off the line, but there's sometimes where he just delays himself and make sure he reads the play right, and then he breaks the tackle easily, or break the block.
Yeah.
So
I would definitely take Hutchinson here if I'm the Jaguars. So, yeah, we'll see what they do. But then again, it is Jacksonville. They have a weird owner, and you never know. He could be the one calling the shots here.
hopefully
and-
Doug Peterson's over there in their ear,
Right.
like, hey, let's do this right. This is an Urban Meyer situation.
Peterson should have some say in who they take because it's also his job to lose at this point. I mean, the guy's a great coach, obviously, and it was unfortunate the way he was let go in Philadelphia. And I think this is his, resurrection as a head coach, and he could make the most of it if he's given the ability to make his own choices with that team.
I think it's got to be one of these two guys. I mean, what are the odds that they just do like a long shot and just don't take one of those two guys?
I mean, that'd be nuts. I mean, I guess you're next in line. I don't remember the odds at the moment, but I'm guessing Thibodeau would be the next in line that would go number one
Right.
if they were to go that route.
It had to be, right?
I don't see that happening. But
I don't see them taking any offense right here. It would have to be Thibodeau, Walker, or Hutchinson.
I think it'd be hilarious if he took a wide receiver, though.
Yeah, if they came out and did
Be a
that,
big
Yeah.
jaw dropper.
Well, yeah, watch him go. Jamison Williams with the first overall.
Like we
pick.
just paid like Christian Kirk $1 billion, but we
Yeah.
need another wide receiver. You know.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you could put in, Trent Dilfer and probably be good if you just load up on wide receivers.
I mean, they did get rid of a lot of people or receivers that had.
So they're
last year.
showing the footage right now of Trayvon Walker at his home. I do not see him on the phone, which probably tells me he's not the pick.
Interesting.
So if you're not on the
Oh,
phone,
you
you're
see
probably
that?
not
He was
getting the
picking
call.
up his phone there. Picking up it from his lap.
Oh, he's just checking his phone. He wouldn't get in a phone call yet. That's not what's going on. Did you guys remember C.D. Lamb getting drafted? One of the funniest things I ever saw was his girlfriend sitting next to him, and he had two phones in his hands, and his girlfriend grabs one of his phones, and then C.D. Lamb immediately just grabs her hand right away. He's like, "Don't be checking my DMs." He took his phone back. It gave her kind of a look like, "Don't be going through my phone."
I bet a lot of that shit is staged, though. Like they decide how they're going to react before the draft even happens.
Well, I don't know if that was staged. I think the girlfriend saw a chance to steal the phone, and he was
Right.
like, "Nope,
She wanted it.
we don't need to be
She
doing
wanted
that."
Well, I do like the backdrop of this draft. They're doing it right on the Bellagio.
pick is in,
fountains,
ladies and
it's
gentlemen.
beautiful.
Here we go. Pick us in. I do think we're going to see quite a few trades
gonna
today, by
work.
the way. So
I
we'll
had a
see.
cool graphic.
So the pick is in, and the only face I see on the screen is Mel Kiper Jr.
Oh, Mel
Take
Kiper.
it away, Mel. Take it away.
Is that a little loud, guys?
Fire drill. Thank you. Or
I
a
thought-
tornado.
That's
It
our
could be
that's
a
our pick
tornado
is in.
drill.
Wow, that's the pick is in sound.
That's the pick is in sound.
Good lord.
I thought it was a damn fire drill.
Oh, I thought it was actually going on in here. I couldn't even tell. All right, Doug Peterson's smiling, so
All
he's
right,
getting
Doug,
the pick
you
he
get
wants.
your guy.
Phone.
Yeah, he's getting the pick he wants. It's got to be Aiden Hutchinson, which means if you put a bet down, what was Aiden Hutchinson's?
I didn't check.
Better
that.
than
Betting
Walker.
odds.
It was better than
It was,
Walker.
it was like
so
plus
that's all
300
you
or something like that.
got. You would
So
have made some money. You would have made.
people would have made
money.
some money if that's the case. So
Which why wouldn't you bet on the NFL draft? Like if you want to bet
So-
on sports, why not bet on the draft?
we talked about George Pickens. His over/under is 36.5 overall.
That's what I'm saying.
So in that case, I'd probably go with the under on that because there's some wide receiver needy teams, especially in the back end of the first round.
They are, but I've heard a lot of people say that the Chiefs could actually draft him in the second round.
At 50th overall,
I think that's unlikely.
Yeah.
But
I don't really see that happening. But if you just fall to 50, I think you got to do it, no matter what you did the first two other picks. If that was the case,
Come on, baby.
pick us in. So we got two Hutchinson, one Walker, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, let's watch them. Let's shock the world and take Derek Stingley Jr.
shock the world.
Yeah, right. Out of
Number one
nowhere.
overall pick.
No, let's take Malik Willis,
Garrett
number 1 overall.
Wilson.
Well, that'd be funny.
Malik
That'd be
Willis.
funny.
Two back-to-back quarterbacks, number 1. That'd be.
No, I think Detroit.
Fire
What
the
about
franchise.
Detroit? Do they believe in Jared Goff? They might take a quarterback.
They don't. Yeah, no, they'll stick with Goff.
Honestly, does anybody believe in Jared Goff?
Look,
I
it's not even a Jared Goff issue in Detroit. Jared Goff is what he is.
All right, Goodell's up.
With the first pick in the 2022 NFL Draft,
Here we go,
the
guys.
Jacksonville Jaguars select Trayvon.
Oh my
You
God!
gotta be kidding me.
Walker with the pick. Unbelievable.
You may now refer to me as NFL,
NFL
JG.
JG. Okay.
This is the NFL JG.
Wow.
You are.
There is a
joking
reason
me.
why he was minus 400.
That's
Tell
wild.
him what that reason is, Mike.
Minus 400? Well,
Yeah,
Mel
no, I'm
Kiper,
just
Mel
saying,
Kiper
like-
Jr. knew something, obviously, at that point. So,
They love the guy.
So Trayvon Walker goes in. I don't have to change any of my lists because I don't
well,
have
so
it yet.
at this point,
So
Aiden Hutchinson goes to Detroit. He stays home in
he
Michigan.
has to.
So now Detroit has to. So I don't know. This is actually a really shocking pick right now. But
Yeah,
this
I
is
can't-
huge for the city of Detroit.
I can't stand this pick, honestly. I just think that there's other guys on the board that have shown more production, and I understand the height, weight, speed. I understand physical ability with Trayvon Walker. I just don't like him comparatively to a guy like Aiden Hutchinson.
Correct. I'm right there with you. I'm not a fan of this pick. I really not. I think this is not necessarily a wrong pick, but not the pick you need at this time.
I think it's a hilarious pick because this could actually be a bust. Because, like you said earlier, Mike, he doesn't have the production that Hutchinson had.
Yeah.
So this could very easily be a number 1 overall pick bust, like we've seen in previous years.
Right, and it seems like it's like 50-50 on the bust rate, with the first round, especially number 1 overall pick. I mean, quarterbacks especially, you're going to either get one that's terrific and plays for 15 years, or you get somebody who's out of the league in 5.
The other thing, when you have a number 1 overall pick, a lot of times those guys get cocky. They have nothing to reach for, and so
This one's going to be
we'll see
interesting.
what happens.
If I'm a Jaguars fan, I'm indifferent, but I'm also not really happy about this.
I
because
wouldn't be
I wouldn't
happy
be
about
serious.
it.
I think now the Lions are going to be getting the guy you wanted all along.
All right, so, hey.
as a fan.
So we're going to tune into
Yeah.
Jeremy's podcast here, listen to what he has to say, and then we'll come back after the Lions here when the Texans are speaking. So we're going to mute ourselves, and we'll give you guys a reaction what we think of the Lions here afterwards.
All right, guys, get drunk.
It says an ESPN Lions pick is in at 6:05 left on the clock. They took 3 minutes.
Lions pick Hutchinson, Richard Head said. I got it right here. I got to get on camera here.
I was about to say, Facebook user says, being a Michigan fan, I still would have picked Trayvon Walker number 1. Hutchinson needs to go to the Lions, no doubt about it.
Please say hush. Please say hush.
Chicken Nugget is going crazy.
Come on.
Come on, come on. Come on.
Screw it. Check Twitter, Andrew.
It's hot! It's hot!
I don't care. I'm waiting until I see it live on television.
Don't let it be Willis.
When it's not, which it's not going to be, I'm going to rub it into all those Willis people.
Malik Willis right now because they're showing
Look, there's
Jared
T.
Goff.
Flashco. There's Crackman right there.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't get
Wow,
Willis.
we're up
No.
to 18. We're up to 18, 17 picks right now.
It's hot! Chicken nugget, it's hot!
DC8091 says saw Dion. Dose of Dion.
Yeah.
All right, Homer. You better get 10 sacks or 9.5.
Let's go. Let's go.
Chicken Nugget obviously saw it.
Congratulations,
Right now.
Andrew.
Hell yeah!
Michigan DN Agent Hutchinson is building a Detroit Lion.
Number 1.
Yeah, baby.
Did they really just put his man ratings on the TV?
Yes. 6'6", 5'8" inches, 260 pounds, 7 4 running. Look at that. 95 overall grade rating, 95
He's from Plymouth,
athleticism,
Michigan.
96 production.
He played at U of M, too.
Oh yeah, baby! I am, dude. Everybody, quiet. He's coming on stage right now to hold up
Let's hear
Honolulu
it.
Blue, baby.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. I don't care.
All right, I'm putting on the comments.
With that ugly ass draft hat.
With all of that as well.
I don't care. I like it. I'm buying one.
About their culture,
Yeah.
changing their locker,
Maggie
changing
M
the
says,
forces
great
that
pick.
are there in Detroit.
Charles McLean says his dad crying more than anything.
There, David
Oh, look at that. He's got the Detroit Lions draft hat on.
With Dan Campbell. Brad Holmes, the GM.
Yeah, baby!
Built this group.
Coming home to Michigan.
Look at now. The next pick is Sauce.
He is to be on the Detroit Lions.
I think the next pick is Sauce Gardner or a trade back.
Yeah, and here's a guy that doesn't
Dude, that tells you right there. The Kayvon Thibodeau rumors were all a bunch of bogus. They took 3 minutes to select him. 3
No,
minutes.
you know why? You know why they said. You know why? Wait. The reason why is because Hutch was still rumored to be the number 1 pick.
Get your hands inside. Push and pull.
Hutch better have the most sacks out of the 3 of them, or I'm personally going to meet up with every one of you and slap you in the face.
He saw doubles all year long.
You'd have to try to find a way to do that.
Showing you the instincts, be able to work through.
Richard Head says, great pick. Facebook
Absolutely.
user says, let's go.
That sounds like Quinny Cook.
Easy pick.
Outstanding run defender. He's going to crush tight ends.
It was the safest pick in the draft.
No, that was Evan Neal.
No, it wasn't Evan Neal.
This year, Rich, as you know, this
Oh,
guy
look
was
at this.
in
They're
the
showing the
No, it was
inside
not.
cam.
more than anybody else. Let's put it that way. And then, of course,
Happy for you,
That's right.
Michigan.
All right, guys, we're back there. That was Smoking Jeremy B on his podcast. We'll tune back in. Our pick was at 32 for the Lions there. So kind of interesting. They're obviously really happy. A really quick pick as well. Obviously, there's a lot. Hey, Jason, my dad says need to change to the NFL channel and get rid of Mel.
You want to get rid of Mel
My dad
Kiper?
wants to get rid of Mel.
I actually agree with that. That's actually great. You know, we walked in here. I just saw ESPN on. I'm like, oh, here we go. We got to listen to Mel Kiper Jr. all damn night. So yeah, I think NFL Network would be better, but I don't know if they get that here.
The only thing I love about Mel Kiper Jr. is that Frank Caliendo, the comedian, did very good impressions of him to make him look like a douchebag. So,
Tanner, your little sounder that you just have been doing is awful.
Are you going to hate me?
It's a pretty awful sounder.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it sounds like a 5-year-old screaming.
exactly. Are you drunk?
I haven't
Tanner's
started
drunk.
drinking.
All right, best available here. We have the Texans currently about to make a selection. So where do you guys see the Texans going here with this next pick?
I think Sauce Gardner is where they go. I
could see
still
that.
think Sauce Gardner is the pick for these guys.
Over Derek Stingley?
Over Steenley
Okay.
and over Thibodeau.
Okay, yeah, I definitely could see Gardner going here. It would make a lot of sense. Really, that's a team that just needs to start building, to start getting good players. It doesn't really matter what position they are. You're not worried about, oh, we need this, we need that. You need everything if you're the freaking Texans. And so for me, just take the next best player available and build on top of that and do the same thing in the next round.
Exactly. Like that's what the Texans need. They have a lot of
Yeah,
holes.
I'm with you guys, dude. Give me some fucking sauce with my fucking potato chips, Give me some fucking sauce, Gardner.
You like barbecue sauce? What kind of sauce do you need?
Hey guys,
Oh, I don't know.
hang on. Your Trayvon Ian Rappaport is reporting a big time scare before the draft. Trayvon Walker was in a serious car accident in Athens, Georgia before the draft, crashing into 2 parked cars per him and Tom Pelissero. He emerged without injuries somehow, no citations, but a scare for sure.
I noticed he wasn't at the draft in Las Vegas to go up there and walk across to the podium.
So that's kinda interesting.
That's a big red flag.
I don't know, man.
Big red flag.
You're crashing into 2 parked cars, and I don't know. This might be a mistake in the end. The Jaguars.
Like I was telling you guys earlier, this has big time bust potential written all over it. Because
Yeah.
while I told you that I thought that would be the first pick, I don't think that was the correct pick.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. All right, Texans.
In the 2022 NFL Draft, the Houston
Thank
Texans
you.
select Derek Stingley Jr.
There, Derek Stingley over Gardner. See, Tanner went Gardner. That's why I brought him up. Derek Stingley should be in consideration for this pick. I don't have a problem with this pick, honestly, because I think Stingley's going to be a superb player in the NFL. We'll see how he adjusts to the Texans system, but yeah, I have no problem with this pick. This is totally a fine pick.
This is a shocker for me.
Why? So only because you had Gardner rated above Stingley, then?
Yeah, I had Sauce Gardner above Stingley.
I had them neck and neck, but I saw why Stingley could be ahead of Gardner for sure.
That's just crazy to me, though. That's all props down there. They've done their research too, so.
I think it was a little bit of a reach, but at the same time, like everything I hear about this kid is amazing. So
It was.
If you have to reach sometimes to get your guy, then by all means, just fucking do it.
Basically, on their board, they had him above Ahmad Gardner, and so that's what they went with. I have no problem with this. This is their scouting department made a choice between the two corners, and that's the one they wanted.
Hey, this actually first few rounds are moving pretty quick.
Well, Tanner, this is going to be 3.5 hours of draft, so just we still have 29 other picks.
Let me get this here. Well, I don't see Dan on yet here.
So Tanner, who's our next guest that we're going to have on?
Dan from Let's Talk Sports supposed to be hopping.
Dan
on
will
here.
be on. We need to get Dan on as soon as possible.
You might want to talk a little NBA too, just for a couple.
Well, today he's worried about the Jets, so he doesn't give a damn about the NBA.
You
right
got to
now.
remember too, it's like 1:30 a.m. in the UK, so he's not going to be.
He's staying up late then.
No, he can't.
But he's awake, I would hope.
But
He's staying up watching that Phoenix Suns game, probably.
I would be too. Then again, I don't miss any Phoenix Suns games anymore.
So, but he's got some stuff he takes him down. So we'll see if he hops on. But that I'd be cool with it if he gets on here.
Oh, look what we have here. We have a guest. How's it going? Gnomes for Mahomes? Is that what that shirt says? What? Hopping Gnome Brewing from Wichita, Kansas. That's awesome. I have not even heard of that before.
Good little brewery down Wichita.
There we go. Dude, I need to get down to Wichita more often because I've heard about the breweries down there.
Oh, they're phenomenal.
I've had some of their beers, but it's like I just don't get down there.
Our daughter's going to school there next year, so
Boom.
we'll be down there a lot. So we'll
Nice.
do a little.
It's not very far away.
Let's hitchhike with him. That'd be down.
Yeah. Very nice.
That's how we can do
What do
it.
you guys think so far?
Well, the first pick I thought was bad. This last pick, I have no problem with this last pick. Tanner was a little surprised by Stingley over
I
Ahmad
had-
Gardner.
Yeah, I had Ahmad Gardner. So
Okay.
I was still thinking cornerback on
Quarterback,
the team.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's a different quarterback.
just a different one. I didn't.
So now, obviously, Dan is who we work with Let's Talk Sports with the Jets. Where do you see the Jets going with this next pick? I mean, you guys have an idea? I could see
Thibodeau.
Well, you could see Thibodeau, but I could see Gardner still going to the
Thibodeau.
Jets even, if they like him enough. So it's kind of it's up in there. They can go wherever direction they want. That's a team similar to the Texans, where it's just start collecting talent.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need this or that position. Just start getting good players.
No, it's true. I mean, they got similar to Houston, a lot of holes to fill, a lot
Right.
of depth to fill.
Are the Jets ever going to be good again? You guys, honestly, I don't remember the last time they were good.
Think about it, though. The Jets now have to go against the Dolphins, who just loaded up, the Patriots, who are somewhat just rebuilding in a way.
Well, and the Bills.
And still be the tops. And
You got
then the Bills.
So you're not going to be good for a while.
Somebody
I'm
has
sorry.
finished last
It's
in
just
that
not.
one.
It's going to take a bit. And yeah, the last time they were good was back when Mark Sanchez took them to the AFC Championship game because they had a number one defense and a great running game. But otherwise, that's been a terrible team for a long time.
The thing about the Jets is we all know they're going to come in last place this year, but at some point you need to strongly, think about trading that number 10 pick for Deebo Samuel.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't
think
want to
about
be
it.
with the 49ers, and I think that trade would make sense for both teams.
Well, in some ways, I would give. If I'm the 49ers, I give Debo what he wants. It's like, you want to leave? Okay, I'll send you off, and you can go shit the bed in New York. And that's the way I would look at it. Is kind of a screw him kind of a thing. If you don't want to be part of this team, because you're going to go to New York, and they're not going to use it the same way Kyle Shanahan's been using you, and your career production is going to go down. So I see in that case, I'm like, yeah, get out of here then.
But the
Have
other
fun.
thing is, you got to figure out if Zach Wilson is worth a shit or if he's not. And the only way you can do that is to bring in a guy like Deebo Samuel.
Right. which,
proven commodity.
if the Jets stay at 10, Drake London is the pick. I'm going to say that right now. Making the
Yeah, I
call.
can see that.
I'm making the call right now on that pick. So Jets pick is in. No trades yet, guys.
No trades.
No
Okay.
trades.
It's only been 4 picks.
Which is still actually kind of shocking.
I think because no one wants to give up the amount of capital it requires to move up in the
That's a
top
lot of
5.
capital.
To move up that far, no one wants to do that. I think, Tanner, do you have some food? So
Somebody's hungry over here.
we get to watch Tanner eat now on camera.
Somebody's hungry for some tater tots.
So those of you that are into food fetishes like Tanner is, you can watch him munch down on a chicken sandwich.
Food fetish for tater tots. Look at that guy. I'm just glad you're not the damn Chiefs general manager making my picks, eating all those tater tots.
Oh my god.
You're going to eat them in the way.
The what? Oh, yeah. Nice. Okay. Well, if you guys get bored and want to come hang out, grab a table or whatever. So we have a waitress and everything. So just hang out, man. Especially for the Chiefs picks. I think we're going to trade up. So somewhere between like 12 and 15.
Is that what you think?
No, somewhere in that range, I could see us making a move.
We're still rolling.
So, yeah, that's not a bad thing. It's okay.
Honestly,
Okay.
I mean, I don't really know if anybody really gives a shit about the Jets pick besides Jets fans because we all know it's going to be a fuck-up pick anyway. They're going to shit the bed and, overdraft somebody.
Both New York teams have 2 picks. So the Giants have 2 picks. Jets have 2 picks. Both of those teams are in situations where you just want to add talent.
Right.
It doesn't really matter what position it is. Just get the next best player available. When it starts mattering about positional needs is when you get into the teens and 20s. At that point, you're looking at teams that are already successful and just have a few holes to fill.
But I think with the Giants and Jets, the difference is the Jets, they want to figure out what they have with their quarterback, whereas the Giants, I'm pretty sure they're ready to move on from Daniel Jones. And that makes a difference as you're going through the draft because I don't think anybody believes in Daniel Jones at this point.
They even turned down his
sucks.
fifth year option. So, Jets pick. Here we go. There he is.
There's
So
Sauce.
that's what I kind of thought was that okay, they could go with that with Gardner here if they like either corner, and so they're happy with this pick.
I got my sauce with my Chick-fil-A chicken.
Yeah.
What kind of sauce do you? When you guys get Chick-fil-A, what kind of sauce
Chick-fil-A
do you put on
sauce.
there?
And
Chick-fil-A
I
sauce.
do like honey mustard. I think
I
you
get
know
ranch.
who got me to like honey mustard of all people was Tanner. Tanner had an obsession when we were younger with honey mustard. I don't know if he still does,
Oh, I
but
still do.
so because of Tanner's obsession with honey mustard is when I got into honey mustard as well. So I got to blame him for that one. Which it's a good thing. Yeah, so I like this
I love
pick.
the pick.
This is a good pick for them. And look, Stingley is also a great pick for the Texans. Both these last 2 picks,
Absolutely.
great. No problem
I'm
either
happy
way.
with it.
Both of those damn teams suck.
Yeah.
And, at some point, you got to get a cornerback, and both those guys could potentially be elite cornerbacks
Yeah.
in the league. So,
And all you need and the other part of this then is you need some good pass rush up front and to help you not be on an island all the time as a corner,
All right, guys, here we're going to bring in
Giants.
the Giants pick for Giants here. We got Jim Burringer. He is part of the Last Word on Hockey podcast.
Nice.
And then he also writes for Full Press Wrestling as well. Am I right on that, Jim?
Ooh.
Yeah, you got me down. Full Press Wrestling. You got Full Press NHL. Last Word on Hockey. I do it all. I mean, I don't know if Dan told you my official title is Assistant General Manager or unofficial Assistant General Manager of the New York Giants.
Very nice. I like
They
the
need
wrestling and the hockey thing. That's awesome. You pro wrestling, I'm assuming?
Yeah, pro wrestling.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Very
I
nice.
saw some
Yeah, pro
stuff on
wrestling.
that.
Yeah, pro wrestling.
Very nice.
Oh yeah, I mean, I put it out like the minute I saw Tony Khan. I was like, oh, there he is. The owner of All Elite Wrestling is at the NFL draft.
Nice. That's awesome. I think they're slowly taking over some of the fans from WWE. They're growing. The traction is going nuts right now, and all the talent the WWE wasted is now going to All Elite Wrestling.
Oh yeah, 100%. I totally agree. It's been awesome. I've been to a couple of shows in the Jersey area, New York area. I hope to get like a big pay-per-view or something. I mean, I just love it. I mean, I just love pro wrestling in general. But I mean,
Yeah.
you could clearly see that All Elite Wrestling.
Do you see them going further than
It's just great to do.
Sorry.
Yeah, I do. Absolutely.
It's okay.
I mean, I think Impact's taking a step back, but
Mhm.
I think All Elite, it's WWE, All Elite Wrestling, and then everybody else.
Yep, I see that too. All right, well, with the next pick, what are we thinking here?
What are the Giants doing?
I mean, I would go offensive line, but I mean, I know Thibodeau's on the board. I mean, you know,
It's a tough one, man.
The play, I think you got to build that offense. Yeah, I know. I would have said, I normally been saying offensive line here. I just think you have to build that offensive line.
But what are the odds you think of like either Pickett or Willis? Any chance?
Maybe with the 7th pick, he might do it with the 7th pick.
Sure. But the Panthers are sitting there
I
too.
think that's 7th pick. I think more.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, if they believe in Willis, which it seems like the chatter's more and more about Willis, not Pickett. Then you make the pick at 5, and then you go offensive line at 7 because you have to protect it.
Yeah, our Panthers guy likes Cross quite a bit, the tackle, so that's the direction he's hoping the Panthers go with. But yeah, with the Giants, I feel like they could go multiple different directions here, considering they've got literally just one team in between the 2 picks here.
Yeah, they definitely could go a ton of direction. Like, you know, now that they didn't, like today they officially announced that they're not going to pick up the 5th-year option on Daniel Jones, which I mean, many reports early on said that wasn't going to happen. So let's see.
Well, pick is in now for number 5 overall for the Giants.
Hopefully, let's see what happens with this pick, because it's gonna make or break the draft. I think a lot of Giants fans always, you know, they're always skeptical going into seasons and with the draft as well. They just want things to work out.
Yeah. So do you think this though? Obviously, the writing's on the wall right now in regards to Daniel Jones. Do you think at some point in this draft they do take a quarterback in the first round or 2?
I think so. I think you have to. I would wait though, because look, to me this has always been my opinion of Daniel Jones. If it wasn't as high as it was, I wouldn't have had a problem with the pick. Like, I really wouldn't have had the problem with it. But I had an issue with it because I watched him all year at Duke when he was playing there, and I just didn't understand why they went so high for this guy who had such a turnover problem.
Yep. Yeah, I totally agree. And I think we've seen that now in the NFL where, you know, obviously the Giants don't have, you know, a plethora of talent necessarily. So that's obviously always going to hinder a quarterback's development. But I think that they've seen enough out of him now at this point, especially in management, where they're looking at this guy and they're going, okay, we now know his ceiling. We know what he's capable of. But at the same time, we feel like, you know, it's probably time to move on because this isn't getting the deal. This isn't getting it done, you know. And I think that's what Giants fans are looking at right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they have to make a big splash here. So it looks like Goodell's up at the podium right now.
Here we go. Yep.
For the New York Giants pick, I'm joined by Sam Prince, a lifelong Giants fan and Make-A-Wish kid.
I got Dan in the chat as well, guys. We'll get through the Giants pick here and also talk to Dan so he can get back to snoozing.
Dan woke up for the Jets pick, huh?
Is that Daniel Jones up at the podium there? It kind of looks like him.
It's the Make-A-Wish Daniel Jones.
His wish to announce the Giants' first pick comes true. We hope this wish will be a turning point for Sam as he looks forward to being a sports broadcaster in the future.
Well, we have some fellow comers in here. Giants about to make a pick. Here we go.
Oh, baby.
In the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select Kayvon
Thibodeau to the Giants.
Thibodeau.
Yeah. There it is, off the board. Maybe the best athlete in the entire draft. I compare him in a lot of ways to Khalil Mack. So, man, I think this is a great pick for you guys.
This is an awesome pick for the Giants. I think this is a great pick. I know they needed to go offensive line, but when you have a talent like Thibodeau, play a lot. I mean, I love the college game, so I was watching as much as possible. Yeah, he had some, injury concerns towards the end, but this kid is a player on the defensive end of the ball, and I think the Giants need that, especially with how well the NFC is packed with guys on the DN. I think you have somebody like that, you can stop these quarterbacks. You saw when the Giants won those Super Bowls, what did they have? Good defense, and I think that's what they need to get back to. Giants football is all about good defense, good linebackers, and running the football.
Pass rush, absolutely all day, you guys. You mean, think about that, like as you just mentioned about the Giants when they were winning Super Bowls. You're looking at, Matthias Kiwanuka, Michael Strahan, all those kind of guys along the D-line. They had that NASCAR package, as C. Spagnuolo calls it. And, man, that's what got them there.
Yeah, that's a big one here.
100%.
And, yeah, I love this pick. Dan, you hopped on here, just checking in here. What do you think about the Jets so far? Are you all right with that pick?
Giants.
I think it's the playmaker on defense. I'm intrigued to see what pass rusher falls to them at 10, but I think talented player on defense, and he should get interceptions, which you need with some of the receivers in the division.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to help you guys out too with that division alone. Somebody that could eventually step up and maybe cover Stephon Diggs too versus Buffalo. So
yeah, I love the player. I love him, and I think he's a very explosive player, and that's what you need if you're a kind of a bad team like the Giants. You need somebody who's explosive that can make plays, and also he's very good at stopping the run.
Well, the reason I compare him to Khalil Mack is just the versatility. You could play him all over the field on defense, as well as he could even drop back in coverage if you needed him to. But obviously, for the most part, you want him to be your pass rusher.
Yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all for the Giants or the Jets. So far, a good start to the New York teams, I would say for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%. Definitely a great start for all the New York teams. I think the fan bases are happy with all. And you got to think, like I was reading, quickly here before, that it seemed like the Giants were really interested in Thibodeau. Thibodeau thought he was going to be a New York Giant, so it seems like the fit was there. And I think with the new coaching staff and everything, I think he's a perfect fit for what the Giants want to do going forward.
Yeah, what are you thinking though? By the way, with the next pick for the Giants coming up here after the Panthers selection, which way do you want him to go?
I personally would love to go offensive line with the 7th pick, but if somebody gives you an offer, maybe you trade back. If your guy's still going to be on the board, maybe you try to trade back, get some picks here. I mean, I always thought, in the last couple of drafts, I think they should have traded back for some players, but again, that's just me. Again, I'm just looking at it from a bigger picture. But maybe you make the selection, you go offensive line, unless Willis is on the board and you really like him.
I like it. Yeah, I'm all right with that. Hey, Jim, I'm going to hide your stream here, so stay on for that next Giants pick. I'll bring you back on here in a bit, all right? Dan here, before we bring on Michael Price here, just want to get your thoughts real quick on the Jets pick here. I heard you say you're pretty happy. You like the guy you got. What are you hoping for 10 here?
I think the best case scenario, maybe Johnson falls to them. I would have preferred Thibodeau at the pick, but I understand why they went with Sauce. I think they opted for, because there's a few pass rushers, bring in a talented corner, and then address the pass rush at 10.
Definitely, yeah. I kind of agree with you there. Get some solid corner early, and then deal with around 10 on that pass rush deal. Yeah. So, yeah, it's gonna be kind of interesting. Do you think the 10 pick goes to Debo?
Doubtful.
Oh, awesome. All right, man. Well, I don't want to keep you up too much here, but, I appreciate you hopping on here. I know it's late there, and just getting your thoughts here on the Jets here. So hopefully they don't disappoint you here at 10, and we can have a good reaction call here maybe sometime soon here.
Yeah, definitely. And thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Appreciate it, guys. That's Dan, Let's Talk Sports Network. He is basically the mastermind behind this whole everybody I got on. So I appreciate you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Okay, yeah, speak to you soon.
Yep.
Go get some sleep.
All right, coming up here, guys. We're gonna bring in Michael Price with the Rec League Rejects podcast. Panthers guy, how you doing, man?
Oh, just I'm kind of watching the Raptors get slaughtered and watching the draft at the same time. So,
did they get slaughtered? Wow.
Yeah, it's a 22-point game right now in the third quarter. So I'm not. It's over. It's over. The playoffs are over. Cinderella story. It's ended.
I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So during our mock draft, I talked about Malik Willis and what your thoughts were on him, and you thought he might be off the board already at this point. So are you wanting Willis right now, or do you want Cross still?
I think I'd rather have Ekwonu right now. He's
okay.
The best really tackle. He wasn't available in our mock draft or any of them that I did by myself, so I was going to get going. So
there you go. Okay.
Best offensive player available. I think that's probably Ekwonu. I mean, again, like you guys know, I'm not the biggest college football guy. I don't know everybody in and out as well as the other guys and the other people you're probably going to have on. I just want a big, strong starting left tackle.
Yeah, I got you, man. I hear that for sure. I'll be curious to see what they do here because they can really go multiple different directions with this pick, and it's a matter of what they want to foresee for the future of the franchise. And if they went Willis, obviously at that point you're putting yourself in those shoes now for the next at least 3 years before you look at another quarterback.
That's my guy. I'm a fan. I'm a diehard fan now. So if that's ultimately the direction the team chooses to go, I might not be happy with it, but that's my guy.
Right.
I just don't want to see him get blown up all season.
Right. You want to have some protection there.
Yeah, but it does seem like it's a pretty deep draft. So maybe they do end up moving up into the second round and grabbing something further down that can play better than Cam Irving or Pat Elflein.
Well, speaking of Cam Irving, we're very familiar with him as Chiefs fans, so we understand the pain of dealing with Cam Irving on your team. But they did just show Malik Willis here on the footage of ESPN, and he's not on the phone, which tells me he's probably not the pick.
Okay. As long as it's not Kenny Pickett. If they just way reached and just took Kenny Pickett anyway, I would be upset.
I heard someone refer to Kenny Pickett as a more mobile Matt Hasselbeck. I don't know if that's what you want for your team, but I've heard that comparison.
I mean, at this point, I'd rather roll the dice with Sam for another season and have a good starting left tackle and give him a little bit of time to really make some decisions.
Yeah. And I think that's a good point as a Panthers fan or even as a Giants fan. This is not a great quarterback draft. You just want to build the roster at this point.
That's what I mean, right? Build a position of weakness and try to maybe make it a position of strength. The offensive line is actually looking pretty good, aside from left tackle right now. So.
Hey, there you go, by the way. The pick went off the board. You got Ekwonu.
Excellent.
Yes.
Let's go.
There you go.
Do it.
Best tackle on the board. So going down the path that you were wanting right there, building up that offensive line. Boom. There you go. Very nice.
I think Matt Rule saw my mock draft.
Yeah, when you were with
persuasive guy.
When you were with us, you picked offensive line Charles Cross, so that worked out.
Yeah. And I think Ekwonu's bigger, right? That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want just giant men. So give me a giant man.
Yep, he's going to fit in nicely. And, when you do get a quarterback at some point, whether it's this year or next year or whatever, he will then already have been in there putting his foot in place and solidifying some of that left side of the offensive line.
And, I mean, the man's got the drip going on here. That suit is clean.
Yeah, he's going to fit in nicely. As you can see, he played a little left guard as well. So left tackle, left guard. Seems like he can be pretty flexible and play either position. But I just think overall what you got is a great mauler of a left tackle.
Yep, that's what I like to see. We're gonna give Sam a chance. So I think Sam seems like the kind of guy who really thrives when he's feeling confident.
Yeah.
And if he's not feeling confident, he's not going to play well.
Yeah.
So I think this is a sign to him, take another season. We're going to really give you a good chance.
Yep. Now you just need to bolster up the weapons for him and see how that pans out as far as adding some more
see if
depth
we
to
can
the receivers.
Some receivers, maybe a tight end
Yeah.
that can catch the ball. Because again,
Right.
you guys know how I feel about Ian Thomas. One
Yeah.
4-yard catch a game is not
Yeah.
for a
No,
four-year deal, in my
and us
opinion.
being Chiefs fans, we're spoiled because we went from Tony Gonzalez to then Travis Kelce a couple years later, and it's like, damn, we don't even know what it's like anymore to not have a good tight end.
Yep. And then, I must say, DJ Moore is amazing. I
Yeah.
don't think he gets enough credit for how good he really is.
I agree.
For the fact that he's worked with 4 different quarterbacks right now, and he's still, rhyming off 1,100 yard seasons. So,
Yep.
I think, another season, him and Sam getting some reps and really getting some chemistry together, and really finding the timing with a good offensive line. Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we'll see if they stick to it, because you wanted a couple offensive line guys in our mock draft.
I
deal,
mean,
so.
like I said, I just want to build it into a position of strength. Give me some depth. If this is a deep offensive line draft, you can never have too many good offensive line, right?
Right.
It seems like, especially for us, I've been used to, Cam Irving, Pat Elflein, guys that are constantly going down. So yeah, I'm expecting we're going to need some depth.
Yep.
I agree. Well, hey, Michael, thanks for joining us here on this Panthers Pick here. Hopefully we get you on another time as well. So get close.
Hey, if any trades go down and the Panthers get back in, let's try to get you back on then.
Yeah, we'll shoot you a message.
I'll be keeping a lookout. So yeah, shoot me a message.
Okay,
All right, guys.
Cool.
Sounds good, man. Thank you.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So that was Michael Price there. We're gonna bring back in Jim Beringer for the Giants pick here, and he actually sent me an attachment here that from Art Stapleton that Kayvon Thibodeau just said on stage on NFL Network that the Giants FaceTimed him before he got on the plane to Las Vegas.
So he knew at that point.
That's when he knew. Interesting find right there on that.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, Stapleton's all over everything, and just the fact of the matter that he said that was awesome, and he just knew we wanted to be there. So it's just a great pick.
So right here, do you think Kyle Hamilton would be the best option off the board?
I don't know. I think you might have to go Neal here, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that's the play to me. I think like Mike was saying, you build around 2 positions. You just want to build your roster here since it's not a strong quarterback class. I think this is where you want to build your team this year.
Yeah. I think that'd be a great move. Evan Neal looks like just a prototype type of a tackle, and kind of like reminds me a little bit as far as just his ability, a little bit of Tyron Smith from the Cowboys. Whenever he went off, just an amazing physical athlete, and Neal reminds me a lot of him in that kind of way. So I could see him kind of becoming just that prototype left tackle that can kind of do it all.
Oh, I never did my pick. I'll spare you guys.
Evan Neal, that's what we just talked about.
We got him.
There you go. There you go.
You got to take that pick. I mean, you got to love it what he's doing there. I mean, look, he's a great tackle for Alabama. I mean, look at all the quarterbacks he protected during his career. So, I mean, this is what you got. You get a nice left tackle. You already have some nice pieces on that offensive line. You build there. You're set on the D end. It's two good picks, two good positions. I love it.
One of the best things about Alabama or Georgia players at all is that they're already pro-ready. I mean, playing in the SEC already kind of gets you halfway there, but then you play for Alabama or Georgia. I mean, those are essentially 2 pro football teams playing in college. So Evan Neal, essentially, in my opinion, has been playing at a pro level now for the last 2 years.
I 100% agree with that. I mean, look at all those players. I mean, you could put Georgia and Alabama players together, draft them for one team, an expansion team, and you would probably have the best team in the league.
Just got to figure out the quarterback situation, that's all. Otherwise, everything else there is perfect,
The defense wins championships. Just get a guy that can
just literally, you could build a number 1 defense just off selecting Alabama and Georgia defenders if you had all of them to your disposal.
Not a lot. I love this pick. I love this pick for the Giants.
LSU players too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would be insane.
Now, so I've heard about the Falcons a little bit as far as their interest in wide receivers. You guys think Garrett Wilson goes here, or is it Jamison Williams?
Oh man, I don't know if they go Jamison Williams here. I think it's either going to be it's probably Garrett Wilson at this point.
I'd be surprised. This is like a pretty deep wide receiver class. There's a lot of good players that could be had in the late first and wide receiver.
I could also see them go like a Drake London guy too.
That would be interesting. I already told you guys, number 10 overall, Drake London goes to the Jets.
Yeah.
So what are the odds that they don't go receiver here? Because every time I listen to people trying to project that Falcons pick, they all say receiver 100% of the time.
Kyle Hamilton is definitely one that could go after here. He's kind of a hybrid linebacker safety, but just the physical ability, 6'4", 220 pounds. Like the guy's going to be an animal in the league.
Right. Jim, any thought here before we let you go here on the Falcons? What they might select?
I would go wide receiver here. I think they definitely need it. I think that's the position it needs for them. I think if you're going to go best available, why not go wide receiver? I think Jamison Williams is going to join his buddy Devontae Smith in Philadelphia, to be honest.
Ooh, I would hate that, actually. That would piss me off.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping the Chiefs consider trading up.
I think we're going to see movement in the first round. I think somebody's going to trade up.
Pretty soon, yeah.
I think that's...
Yeah, we're getting to that stage of the draft right now where you're not having to give up as much capital to get to where you want to be, and so people are now looking at maneuverability in the teens. I would say between 12 to 20, you're going to see some teams moving around. I think.
I do like to see movement, but hopefully it's not a bowel movement in terms of the Chiefs.
Well, that's why we're the buffoons.
Oh man. Well, Jim, hey man, thanks for joining us, hopping on for both the Giants picks and stuff. So I appreciate you getting on, and we'll definitely team up here and get you on the channel. So.
Absolutely, man. And thanks for having me,
Good
guys.
to see you guys.
Yeah.
During the NFL draft.
Yeah.
And, talk to you guys soon.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Did you guys play ping pong?
Yeah, that was Jim Behringer here for the Giants pick.
Did you guys play ping pong Tuesday?
Hey, look, we got guests. Chiefs.
Yeah, they're still kind of doing it.
Chiefs. So yeah.
Yeah, they're still doing it. Like I didn't go. I've been so busy on Tuesdays lately.
It's kind of interesting to see what happens here with the Falcons. I think they can go many different directions on that team, especially with Matt Ryan going. So there's a ton to go here. Yes, we got dancing in the background, guys. If you are local, come join. You can dance in the backyard. You can do whatever. It's always a fun time there.
Probably have the draft on over there too.
So, guys, next up here too, just so you all know, we got Jude Jets coming on there for pick 10 at the Jets, and then Dan Brosnan for the Vikings at 12, assuming this stays. So we'll see exactly how this all goes.
Yeah.
On that. Yes, I did finish my food. It was
we can
delicious.
still play.
Brew Baker's
I got a table
never
from
goes
my
wrong.
work. So, yeah, I was able to. My building's being collapsed.
Jason
so I got to
here,
take a table
while
down
we
there.
wait.
So now I have a table in my
Picks
garage.
in. While we wait
put that
here,
fucking NBA bullshit.
Yeah, the soda.
let's get an
a little
update
ways
here.
out there, but
Give me that fucking
so I was like,
update.
hey, I
In the
want that
third,
table.
99,
Otherwise, I'm gonna
78,
throw it away.
76ers.
I was like, yeah, I'll take it.
Middle of the third, Suns are down 59, 65.
I'm saying,
To the
Yeah, I mean,
watch whenever
like,
we get to the teens. the
if
Chiefs-
I would have given you an easy money bet of the week, as soon as I knew that Fred Van Vliet was not going to play in that game, you would have taken Sixers all the way. So now we got a pick coming in here.
Drake London off the board.
What'd I
Wow. So the number one receiver off the board, Drake London. That surprises me.
Receiver, dude.
Yeah.
I said I wouldn't be surprised seeing Drake London off the board, and
Wow.
there you go.
That surprises me. The problem they're going to run into right now, though, is he's not going to be productive at all this year.
No.
Not with that quarterback situation, they won't.
No, it's
So-
not. And
Marcus
What are
Mariota.
you going to do? Because you don't have Calvin Ridley because
Yeah.
he likes to gamble like the JG and the Mike Settle.
I have no problem with gambling.
No
I think,
problem with gambling,
In fact,
but-
Ridley should have been left alone with that whole thing to begin with.
He should have.
Let him gamble. He had already kind of retired in a way, to where he just wanted to step away from football, and then was gambling, not even on his own team.
But, with the Falcons rebuilding and whatnot, maybe they want to give Drake London the time that he needs to come into
Maybe develop.
Well,
fruition,
I'll
you
put it
know?
this way: when it comes to receivers in your fantasy football drafts, Drake London's going to be towards the bottom.
Right.
And there's going to be some receivers going off the board here soon that are going to be in the mix as your WR2, WR1.
So remember this, too. When we get to the Eagles pick here, we'll have Ryan Larison on, who writes and does all the fantasy football stuff. So we'll have to ask him about this pick as well, kind of what he thinks. So, there's multiple stuff there. All right, guys, up next here, Seattle Seahawks. That's another team. Lots of holes right now.
Get a damn
Lots
quarterback.
Well,
Can we just get a damn quarterback?
Is it Willis?
Team?
Is it Willis time?
You guys remember the Legion of Doom?
Yeah.
Who was that star safety for the Legion of Doom?
Star safety?
Chancellor.
Cam Chancellor.
Woo!
Let's take the next Cam Chancellor right now. Give me Kyle Hamilton to be the next Cam Chancellor for the Seattle Seahawks. That's my pick right now for the Seahawks.
I'm on board with that. And then maybe you can bring in Baker Mayfield as a bridge. Can we call him a bridge quarterback?
He is a bridge quarterback, guys. He is what he is. But he can win you 9 games if you need him to.
Absolutely.
With the right team.
No, I'm with
He's
you.
kind of like Tim Tebow. He actually won a playoff game.
I think the Seahawks might realize they need to get back to their roots, which is great defense. And you could start it off right now with getting your new Cam Chancellor, Kyle Hamilton, to step in right now.
Damn defense. I'm on board with
I'm going with that.
I'm going Malik Willis. Goes right here.
Malik Willis?
I'm not buying it.
Do you think that they see the
I'm
next
not buying
Russell
it.
Wilson with Malik Willis?
Shitty quarterback draft. I'm not buying it.
He goes right here.
So you're saying that they see him as the next Russell Wilson, basically?
They see as Russell Wilson's replacement.
Unless you
they
think-
don't believe in Drew Lock.
I mean, unless you think that Pete Carroll is old and senile, which he quite possibly could be, there's no way in hell they're going to.
You couldn't get Kenny Pickett later in the draft too. I wouldn't mess around with either quarterback right now.
No, I wouldn't touch it.
I think Willis
But
falls to 20
I still
for the
think
Steelers.
Willis goes at this point.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
I think he falls to 20th
He
overall.
falls to 20 for the Steelers.
I don't know. This is going to be kind of interesting to see what happens.
But guys, we're getting closer now. We're at pick number 9, so trades are about to start swinging.
We need
You
some
think
trades.
so? I mean, we haven't done still a trade.
No, once we get here into the 10 and 20 range, it'll be trade time.
We need some sexy trades.
Some sexy
We have a question from the audience. Right now, Drew Lock is the starter.
Baker Mayfield.
So, yeah, he thinks Baker Mayfield, which I agree with that. Right, that's what we're kind of talking about right now. Because Malik Willis is on the board. Tanner says Malik Willis. I say take Kyle Hamilton as safety. I say
They're not taking a quarterback.
if I'm the Seahawks,
They're not taking a damn quarterback.
I know. Right. Wait, no, quarterback? Cornerback. 2.
You think they go?
Yeah, so, we had Ahmad quarterback? Oh. Well, there's 2 first-round quarterbacks between Kenny Pickett and Malik Willis in this draft. If I'm the Seahawks, like, the problem you run into if you draft a quarterback with the first-round pick is that now that's your guy for the next 3 years. And so now you're wasting time with this guy? Like, you better believe in him full all the way, you know? Which is why I say, if they see him as the next Russell Wilson, then do it. Otherwise, don't waste your time for 3 years on a guy you don't believe in.
I'm telling all of these teams, get your damn quarterback next year because it's going to be a better draft.
No, I agree. Yeah, I
don't
agree.
care if it's Giants, Panthers, Seahawks, all of them, dude. Don't waste your time on any of these quarterbacks this year.
Hey.
Unless they fall into like the second round, maybe you could take a flyer.
How about we ready our next guest to discuss this as well here?
Yeah. What do we got?
This is Jude Jett here from the Jude Jett Show. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, y'all? Not feeling too great.
No?
No, you didn't like Gardner?
I'm not.
Man.
I don't like Gardner. I mean, I didn't want the Jets to take him.
Yeah.
But he was my cornerback #1. I didn't really think cornerback was that big of a need for the Jets. But I mean, at least we got a for sure lockdown guy.
But I do have a question based on that. I think that the Jets are in a situation right now. They just need to take the best player available. Do you agree with that at all?
I mean, best player available right now, I 100% agree. I mean, if it's Jermaine Johnson, it's Jermaine Johnson. Personally, I just feel like, because it's just crazy, because I was fully expecting it to just be Tavion Thibodeau at 4, and we would get our receiver at 10, and we could get whatever we wanted at 38, 35, 39. But it's like, now, I don't know what we do. I just honestly don't know which direction we're going and whatnot. I mean, maybe it's receiver, maybe it's edge rusher, Jermaine Johnson's there. Apparently, he really love Jermaine Johnson.
Mhm.
I have no idea. Mekhi Becton speaking out of God to be Jermaine Johnson. I have no idea. But at least it wasn't Drake London at 2. Not even Drake London.
No, I don't like him at all either as the number one receiver off the board. I could see Garrett Wilson going to the Jets here, but I think that Jermaine Johnson's probably the best move as far as getting that edge guy.
Oh yeah, because I mean, what edge? I mean, there's a lot of good options back up at 2. Either at 35, like David Ojabo, maybe Boy Ma, maybe even State, but
Arnold Ebikadi. That's her guy.
That guy. Crazy. So it's just like so many options on the table, but are those guys in the receiver? I just feel like you get our receiver now. Give him, I mean, personally, London wasn't my receiver one. I wanted nothing to do with him. And I feel the same thing about the Jets. I mean, I feel like he's really left him on first from Baltimore, so I want to see 3 official visits or 3 visits, 1 come.
But you can't take Burks here. I mean, Burks, I think, is going to go late first in this draft. But at this point, I think it'd be too early for Burks. But would you take him if you were running the team right now?
I mean, if I'm Bill Douglas right now, I'm going to Traylon Burks.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Now, what about Debo? Y'all want Debo over there on the Jets?
I mean, I would go if you don't get him, but I mean, trade is going to be the biggest.
Right. Yep. Because the pick is in now for the Seahawks. So we're going to see. My pick was Kyle Hamilton. Tanner said Malik Willis. And we'll see what they do here. But after that, the Jets are on the clock right now. And if they're going to get Deebo Samuel, right now is the only time they're going to be able to do it.
Yeah, no way in hell Malik Willis is going right now.
Just saying. See?
I could see it happening.
No fucking way.
Well,
now you're starting to rotate.
No, all I can say is I can see it happening.
Pete Carroll needs to retire right the fuck now.
I-
Old and senile.
I personally wouldn't take Malik Willis, but
I know.
I could see it happening.
But you're an expert. That's why you wouldn't take it.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I
Charles
told you, dude.
Cross.
They went offensive line?
Wow.
Get out of here.
Charles crossed the pick. I'm surprised by that, actually. That's not what I expected there.
Get out of here.
Well.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. So the tackles are off the board for the Jets. Don't worry about that. Your next best player. So there's a few guys here that I think are interesting. Kyle Hamilton, Jameson Williams, and then kind of they can go different directions here in this draft.
I find it hard we go back secondary.
Right.
Like,
No, I agree with that.
You might. I just feel like right here, got it. Maybe you go with an edge rusher. I'm not sure. Either receiver or edge. I don't feel like we need to take any other position.
We were kind of poking fun at the Jets a little bit ago. Just like I couldn't remember the last time they were, doing well and winning games. And then I remembered, Mark Sanchez with a great running game and the number one defense, basically. That was when they were last successful. Maybe build up that defense and then, hope that Zach Wilson can be at least middle of the road as a quarterback in the league. Somewhere around his 16th best player or best quarterback in the league. At that point, if you just have a great defense, then I think that you give yourselves a chance.
About wanting to play defense, so honestly, the why is defense at to go ahead and pull the trigger on Jermaine Johnson. I mean, I just feel like whoever his receiver is not going to like to play my
So let me ask you this. So I know you want Burks a lot. I know you like him a lot. So what if they actually went Jameson Williams instead? Would that be something that would bother you, or are you interested in that?
Oh, no. I mean, I'm fine with him. I just didn't want it to be
Right. No. Yep. Yeah. I think London's going to struggle that first year, especially in Atlanta, because first of all, your quarterback situation is going to be a mess, and I don't see him being a guy that is productive in year one. Once they settle in and figure out the quarterback, he might be successful then. But I see the receivers right now that are left on the board having better years than he's going to have this year by far.
And they could totally ruin his career.
Right.
With a shitty quarterback, how many receivers have their careers ruined with shitty ass quarterbacks?
Yeah. Yeah, it could be an issue for sure.
I don't know. It's time to tell here, see what happens. But I think you go defense again here for the Jets here. I really do. I don't see them going receiver, unfortunately.
I will say this as a Chiefs fan. If they're interested in trading up, so far I'm happy. Because so far some of the guys that I like are there.
Could be talking with the 49ers right now. You never know.
Yeah,
But Debo, yeah,
I'll tell you this.
it's possible.
I do have a man crush for Louis Riddick right now in that pink suit. I'm not going to lie right now. It's kind of giving me a
Well,
hard
you've
on.
always liked Louis Riddick, so.
Oh, I always did, but now he's wearing a pink suit. Now I got a giant hard on for that guy.
Trade? Wait,
We're talking about the old trade, Jamal.
Oh, okay. I was looking at it from a distance. I was like, what happened? Okay, never mind.
Oh, the pick is in.
Pick is in, so the pick has been made. Tanner, you need to find a different sound. That's awful.
No, that's the sound you get all draft, man.
Dude, that's awful. I gotta listen to that 20 more times.
20 more times.
Nah, he's going to change it, dude. He'll change it. That's bullshit.
It's stupid.
You gotta change
Listen
that.
to every time. All right, let's see what happens here.
I think Jermaine Johnson would be a great pick, actually, if I'm being serious.
I just hope that it's there as
In the second round.
I just feel like we get all great edge talent in round 2. Receiving talent in round 1.
Yeah, I agree with that. They can hold off a bit. I think the receivers in this class, late first, early second, you're going to get some playmakers. I think that's going to be something that we see. Edge rushers. I mean, I know it's a fairly deep edge rush class, but like after the second round, they're pretty much gone.
Where if we reach for someone like Trevor Simmons,
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah, that'd be rough.
That would be a mess. Yeah.
we would just waste this opportunity that we had.
Oh yeah, with having 2 picks and then throwing away one of them basically. Oh,
there. Okay.
Your receiver. We might be ahead of you. I don't know.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
I'll take a receiver on the Jets. Since you didn't trade for Deebo Samuel, you need a damn wide receiver.
Okay.
I'll take it.
What do you
I'll
think?
take it. I mean,
Okay.
I'm okay with this pick. I mean,
Okay.
it's a receiver. I'm completely
Mhm.
fine with that. Want to Treylon Burks? It's Garrett Wilson. He's still a
Mhm.
really good receiver. I'm completely
Yeah.
fine with this pick. I mean, at least we get a receiver for Zach. I'm not mad at this whatsoever. Garrett Wilson doesn't feel like he's a great pick. We get a nice deep threat playmaking for our big on quarterback. I'm not complaining with this.
Okay, very nice. So, of the receivers, because I know there's a lot of receivers. You could have gone Williams, you could have gone Burks. You'd have been happy either way, and it's hard to say which one's going to really pan out to be the best out of that grouping. And so, I think you guys got a good one.
I feel like he's just playmaker. He's a really good playmaker.
Hmm?
I feel like this would be a great
Well,
our wide receiver number 1.
I think for Garrett Wilson, he's pro-ready. I think that's the main thing I think of when I watch him, is that he is very well-rounded and pro-ready, so he's going to step in right away and be productive and help out that young quarterback.
You know, as you're talking about him right now, just red receiver. Zach Wilson was a really good quarterback in the red zone last year, but he didn't really have anyone to throw the football to. Now he gets that red zone
Right.
receiver in there.
You guys might be lucky that Drake London went off the board early, because I was saying at 10th overall it'll be Drake London to the Jets. If he was still there, that could have been the guy. And I think you guys might have lucked out.
They
and
got lucky.
Ended up
Sure.
getting probably the better receiver of the two.
I'm
I agree.
so happy it's not Drake.
Yeah, I hear you.
Such a breath of fresh air on that.
Like when I saw it was London, I was up screaming out of it. I mean,
Yep.
alright, y'all. Well, thanks for having me on. I gotta go make my video about the picks.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Hey,
Thank
we'll
you.
have you on another time for sure. So I appreciate you hopping on, getting on.
Thanks, Joe.
Oh, yeah, and thanks y'all for having me on. Great stream.
Awesome.
See
All
ya.
right, man.
Have a
We'll
good
watch.
one.
Two Jets guys.
Moving
Check him
on
out.
from
Check him
Jets
out.
fan.
Fabulous guy. One of my favorite
He was a good Jets fan,
podcasters to
actually.
watch. Yes.
He reminds me of myself when I was a kid, when I was younger. Like just the biggest nerd about the draft, and I just that's all I cared about was the draft.
A lot of his
so.
content is fabulous. Like I love the guy.
Yeah, the actual host of the draft is Mike Greenberg, who is actually a Jets fan. So I wonder if he's getting a hard on for that pick.
Yeah.
But don't look.
If YouTube was around when I was like 15, I would have been doing the same thing that kid was doing. I would have been all about that.
If he knew how to work a computer and make a
Yeah, if I knew how to work a computer and microphone.
he would have been done this a long time
And
ago.
here I am, 31, and still don't know how to do that stuff.
That's why you got me. That's why you got me now. So, well, guys, here next up after the
Wait, we had a
Commanders-
trade, guys.
No shit.
Oh no, we had a trade.
Saints!
We just had a trade.
We just missed it.
We just had a trade. The Saints are now on the clock. Guys,
right.
what did I say a minute ago? Once we get to picks 10 to 20, trades are going to start flying off the board.
me
Here
see.
we are right now, pick number 11, and we have our first trade of the evening.
So, before we move on to that, I will say that the Phoenix Suns are down 79-77 with 2:25 left in the third quarter. So you might want to keep an eye on that. I think that's going to be a 7-game
I'm guessing
series.
Devin Booker has not been playing a lot. Yeah, let's put on some hockey.
He probably hasn't been playing a lot, but we all know that the NBA, they love
By the way,
7-game series.
I went to a Mavericks game 2 weeks ago. It was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, no, they're amazing. They're so much fun.
Dude, and there was a lot of fighting, too.
What do you think about that? Oh, yeah, there was a lot of fighting. That's a nice arena, too, isn't it?
It is nice.
Pretty nice.
They almost, Independence. Dude, they actually had more fans at that game than the Royals game had that night. And it was on a Friday night. They had more games at the Mavericks than the Royals had. Oh, yeah. Well, I think because when the Blades were here, everyone loved the Blades, and the Mavericks kind of took over. And remember the Outlaws? Remember them? And we had the Outlaws for a few years. But, dude, hockey is a great sport. In fact, it's better than baseball. It's better than baseball.
But, however, it wouldn't be as good as baseball if baseball would allow bench clearing brawls and just beat the shit out of each other.
You should be able to. You should be able to have the pitchers wear helmets, and then if you're the batter, when you get pissed off enough, take your bat up there and start swinging at the pitcher. If you got a helmet on, you're good though. You could use it as a weapon.
I was calling for that in the damn preseason. That's how Rob Manfred could save the sport of baseball.
Yeah, make it like WWE.
Just let him beat the shit out.
Make
of
it like
each other.
WWE.
I do this, and I hate baseball.
Right. It would be a better sport because of that.
All right, hey,
Did
Jonathan.
you guys get grilled chicken?
Jonathan, I think, is still probably working with his academy team.
What did
here.
Shannon get over
So
there?
we're gonna get Dan on with the Vikings
good.
and get his thoughts as well on it.
Oh, looks good.
So Jonathan, we'll catch him up. I don't see any updates on rounds or anything for the Saints. I still see.
Well, I want to know what the Saints gave
they're
up to
still
get
at
to that
19.
pick.
I know it hasn't been announced yet.
So I'm ready to hear what they had to give up to get to that spot because
So-
it'll give us an idea for the Chiefs
Yeah.
if the Chiefs do trade up, what they have to give up as well.
I wonder if they gave up Michael Thomas and a bunch of bums.
Look, I mean, if you're the Saints, you might as well just start it all over.
Michael Thomas is washed. I can tell you that right now. He's washed.
Washed.
So yeah, we'll get
He might be.
Jonathan's take
He had his
here.
one blow up
Pick
year. That was it.
19 today.
That was it. Then he got a bunch of money.
Yeah.
So
here's what's funny about the Saints right now. They traded up, and yet they still haven't turned their pick in.
Pick is in. Pick
Pick is in. They took forever to get that pick in. Okay.
That was for
So-
TV. That was staged.
It might have been. So Tanner, Saints pick here. What do you think that they're thinking? Are they going potentially quarterback?
I think they go Kyle Hamilton.
Hamilton is their guy.
Yep.
No,
So number on the board, I love Jermaine Johnson, Jameson Williams, Kyle Hamilton, Daxton Hill, Chris Olave. I like all those guys. All those guys are going to be good players in the league.
I think you're either looking at Kyle Hamilton or Jameson Williams. At this point.
I would fucking go Jameson Williams.
If you go Jameson, then Michael Thomas is expendable. I mean, you could then get rid of him.
I told you that before the pick even happened. He's not that good of a player anymore. That's what I would do. I would go Jameson Williams here.
I'll be disappointed if they go that route. I'll say that right now because I want the Chiefs to have a shot at getting him.
No, I agree with you as a Chiefs fan, but I mean, fuck, if you're the Saints, like you're basically your whole team is going into the shitter. So you might as well take a good wide receiver at that point.
Yeah, I agree. I'll be disappointed, but it's okay. We don't have a high pick, so
Who's the damn quarterback? Taysom Hill or
No, Jameis Winston, dude.
Yeah, Winston's still going to be their guy.
Winston with his
exactly
recovered
Jameis
ACL.
Winston. What are you going to do? You're not going to do anything with him.
I think they're going to
You
be.
get a damn receiver.
I think
Here's
they're
the
going to
deal.
be sneaky good, but we'll see what
Winston is a downfield thrower, and Williams does that better than any receiver in this class.
That's
Run
what I'm
downfield
saying.
routes.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Get the damn receiver and bring him in here.
I will say this: in fantasy leagues, Williams, if he's paired with Winston, should be looked at as your potential WR2.
Not a WR1?
Not quite.
Not quite?
Not in a 12-team league. But
Jameis Winston will sling it all over the field, dude.
Williams will be a WR2 in your fantasy draft.
Maybe an upside. Can I get an upside WR?
Low end WR1 then. Low end WR1.
Low end, there. That's what I want to hear. Low end WR1.
That's Jason's first pick of the draft.
We have somebody wearing a Chiefs jersey up there.
2 weeks from tonight, when we announce the 2022 schedule on May 12th.
Come on, Goodell.
Is that Tony? So Tony Gonzalez is up there. Looks like. Is that it? Yeah, that's Tony.
That's Tony. That's Tony.
Oh shit.
Joining me are Chargers and Chiefs season ticket members James
Chiefs season ticket.
Holy shit.
So it's Austin Eckler and Tony Gonzalez standing up there.
Look at that size difference.
Tony Gonzalez, who will be part of the Prime Video broadcast team. Congratulations, Tony.
We're going to watch him on Thursday nights.
The best tight end in the history of the Chiefs, right there. Best
Dude,
tight
shut your
end.
ass. I don't want to hear crap from you. I don't want to hear it. We're not even debating this.
Go.
We're not doing that right now. There's a lot.
No, I already
more
owned you guys in a
going
debate 2 years ago.
Yeah, we did get owned in that particular debate, but we're gonna have a redo. I want
Redo the debate. Oh, let's redo their debate.
on. AC wants to know who's the best at buck hunter behind us.
nothing.
I'd kill them all. AC, don't worry.
Not the best year of all time for a tight end, did he?
I'd take him down. Easy.
Hear that?
Yeah. Thursday night? Another Thursday night game?
Hey, when you're in Vegas, everyone is good looking.
Oh yeah. No, they're just running the right colors.
So we're playing the Chargers on Thursday Night Football.
I like it. I like it a lot. Hello? Oh, my Lord.
So week 2, Chiefs Chargers on Thursday
We
night.
got an early
Football.
Thursday night game.
Week 2. Now we know one game of the season.
We're usually late in Thursday night games. This is our early
That's fine.
Thursday night. I like it.
Hey, that'll be a great game.
Oh.
Chargers are a good team.
Justin Herbert better get a damn edge rusher if you're the Chiefs right now.
Oh,
Week 2.
Absolutely.
Load up for week 2.
Absolutely. All right, what's the
Come
Saints?
on,
What's the Saints
let's
pick?
go.
Come on.
If they take a damn quarterback, I'll shit my pants. I'm telling you that right now. That's fucking stupid.
They're not going to take
Chris.
a quarterback.
Well, don't let it be Williams.
With the 11th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Chris Olave.
Olave! Wow. So Olave goes before Williams.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Wow, Chris Olave?
I did not expect that.
Hey, I'm fine with this. That's amazing. So they traded up to get him. That means obviously they have all their faith in this guy. And look, here's the deal. I like Olave as well. I thought Olave, if he fell to 29, I'd be all over that. Take him. And if you're the Chiefs, in this case, now you passed up on Jameson Williams. And I'm just like,
Damn, 12th pick.
that's amazing.
That is amazing, dude.
That's insane. All right, well, while we go crazy about this one here, let's bring in our next guest here, Dan Brosnan with the Vikings here.
Vikings, all right. Introduce him,
here.
Tanner.
I hit the wrong button here.
Let's get him on here.
Hey, Dan, how's it going, man?
Yo, what's going on, everybody? How are we doing tonight?
Doing wonderful, man. So how you feeling right now?
Feeling feeling pretty good. It doesn't make you feel great that they took all the defensive guys right away. I really wanted Sauce, but hey, we'll see what happens. The big needs for the Vikings right now are offensive line like usual, and a pass rusher would be dope, and so would a corner. But don't reach on a corner right now since we've already seen multiple takes.
So if you're looking at pass rusher, are you looking at more of a George Karlaftis, or are you looking at Jermaine Johnson? Who would you prefer of those two?
I don't know. I kind of like Johnson, but at the same time, dude, I'm more of like an NBA head. I follow the NFL, but I don't know everybody on who did what, who did where. So like, I've seen highlights of Johnson. He looks cool. As long as we get some guys that can get at Aaron Rodgers, that's really all that matters. We have enough offensive weapons, I believe. And don't get me wrong though, if they still have a dope wide receiver, which I think there's a few sitting right there, why don't you put up on one and then just have the dopest wide receiver core in the game with Houston and Justin Jefferson?
Well, then Kirk Cousins couldn't fail in that case, right? I mean, if you had, let's say, a Jameson Williams to pair with the other guys they got there.
He would be an elite quarterback. He would move up the echelon to an elite quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, it would have
If
to.
he didn't go to the playoffs and he didn't succeed, it would be an indictment on Kirk Cousins because you gave him everything. We gave you the Ferrari, we gave you the Rolls Royce, and you still couldn't win the race, homie.
Yeah, I totally get that. I love that analogy, by the way.
And the Lambo.
and the Lambo, which would be Jameson Williams. I personally think if I was picking for the Vikings and they wanted a pass rusher right now, Jermaine Johnson.
We got a trade, guys.
Whoa,
Detroit traded up.
The Lions traded with the Vikings?
Detroit traded.
Hold on.
Oh, we gotta see this.
The Lions
What we
just
got?
traded with the Vikings. Of all teams to trade together. No, wait. So two teams in the NFC North now made a deal.
Lions and Vikings and Bears. Oh my.
Oh my. You don't see that very often.
So the Vikings at least got pick 32 from what I could see. I don't know what else happened. So
Oh,
the Lions,
wow.
Nothing yet.
I mean,
You mean
now you're looking at a whole
the Vikings got
different
picked
situation,
32?
dude. Yeah,
Hold on.
but-
How far down do the Vikings go now in the draft? They're
I
now
don't know.
picking
They got 32.
bottom 32nd now.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So, Dan, like, what does this do for you, man? Like, what? This is like a different direction, right?
Well, first of all, if you guys know anything about Rick Spielman, our old GM, we was always trading down, so I'm kind of used to this. I mean, that's
Okay.
kind of the norm in Vikings universe. However, I mean, what was the first thing I said was we needed defense, and we saw a lot of good defensive players taken that were like a threat right out the gate. So maybe if we can get something back for the Lions, if they're desperate to get this going and get, like, hey, you want to move up? If we got a nice package out of it, because, hey, we're going from what, the 12th pick to the bottom, so there has to be another first or at least a couple seconds. Or
Yeah.
I wish I knew more about this package because you're not just going to move from the top all the way to the bottom for nothing. You feel me?
We got to get the. Oh, here's the deal. So the Vikings got the 32nd, 34th overall pick, as well as a third-round pick as well. So that's what the Vikings got. So now they're picking 32nd, 34th, and then they got a third. And
I don't mind that.
that's a fine deal. I mean, you're now loading up in the late portions of the
fucking
first.
load
but,
up, dude. They can load
you
up
know,
on that shit.
that works.
Well, Dan,
Good guys there.
I forgot to introduce you real quick here. Fan Club Podcast, he's all part of it. He's got some stuff dropping on the Power Rangers VHS, I heard today, so
Pop culture stuff, baby.
that's right. Jameis Williams, right here.
Oh, God. Dude, don't be yelling. I'm pissed. I'm pissed off.
If I'm a Lions fan, I've got a severe hard-on right now.
Well, they should. I mean, they got what I think might be the
gosh.
best receiver in the draft.
But now all of a sudden you've got a mediocre quarterback. That's my only problem with the
I knew
Lions.
it.
You got a
Right.
damn mediocre quarterback.
I'm pissed off because I was hoping the Chiefs had a chance to trade up to get him. So now that's over with.
Yeah,
As soon as that happened, but yeah, and also, Dan, you're also a big Milwaukee Bucks fan as well. I see those jerseys on all the time when you're on with Dan, so, it's
Huge Milwaukee Milwaukee Bucks fan, man, and I was there when it was bad, bro. The year that they won 15 games, I went to 6 games because it was so cheap, bro. You could sit like 5 rows from the court side, right there for like $5 a ticket, dude. I was bringing all my friends. We were driving 3 hours to Milwaukee, having the time of our lives, baby.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
All right, so last year he was obviously very happy when they beat the Suns in the finals.
Huge, and dude, it's just crazy because like the year that they won 15 games was Giannis' rookie year, and he was just a string being, man. He was like,
He blew up, man. Now he's got those big shoulders.
Well, hey,
wide shoulders with just a little baby. Like it was awesome to see the progression because he really had to put the work in.
I would like to see them go back to back, but it's probably kind of a long shot at this point because Middleton is injured.
With Chris, but everyone else has problems too. The only 2 threats in the East right now, in my mind, are probably the Heat. They always pose a threat to Milwaukee, even though we swept them last year. They went and they got PJ Tucker and they got Kyle Lowry. But when it comes, but then it's the Celtics who we're gonna. I feel like whoever wins between the Bucks and the Celtics are probably gonna represent the East. You know, and that's my gut feeling. The 76ers are beat up. So I don't know.
Yeah, 76ers are washed and injured, so yeah, I would love to see. Like, dude, just watch the Bucks and the Celtics if you're a basketball fan, and you'll just that's going to be an amazing series.
Basically, like last year with the Nets and the Bucks, it's essentially the Eastern Conference Finals. Whoever wins that is probably going to go on and represent the East.
That's fair.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
true.
That's right, man. Well, Dan, hey, if you're available at pick 32, please hop back on. We'll get you back on. If you're not, no worries.
You know those guys at that point. See, I'm a fan of the Vikings, but I'm not a draft specialist. I'm more of an NBA guy. I watch all those games. You guys are the specialists when it comes to college and NFL. I'm more. But hey, I will always represent the Purple People Eaters, baby.
I like it.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll get you on for NBA as well. Thanks,
Yeah,
Dan.
good. Yeah,
Appreciate it.
absolutely.
I love watching that guy on Let's Talk Sports.
Yeah, he's good. I like him.
So much energy.
You got to get him on for NBA.
Yeah,
dude.
we'll get him on for NBA.
Get him on for that bullshit.
He's one of the best. One of the best.
Oh, we have a Packers fan. We're gonna have a Packers fan on.
Oh yeah, man.
Ask him about Grossi. Because Packers have 2 picks, 22nd, 28th. We're gonna have to ask him about Grossi.
Yeah, I'm watching Grossi. Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, he's got his Rodgers jersey and then one of those deals.
Well,
it was so hot in here when I got here. Like I opened up that door. It's still hot.
Sorry, we got a few fans or a few people here.
Yeah, that reminds me, guys. Is like this is. I know each sports fan. They always talk about the best or their favorite time of year as a sports fan. For me personally, I mean, this is the JG's favorite time of year as a sports fan because I've got the
It's
NFL
playoff
draft
time.
and it's the NBA playoffs. You go into June. You got the NBA championship. And then baseball is going on this entire time. And so, for me personally, this is my favorite time of year as a sports fan.
Oh yeah, man, big time. Now, Jason, I just got a text here from AC. He says, got to say that going from this outdoor Vegas dome to Union Station in KC is not an awesome look.
People are going to be pissed.
You think it's going to be a little rough?
I mean, it's fucking Kansas City. I mean, it's a shitty-ass fucking city.
We got to get Ryan on here. I didn't know they traded
You can't
up.
go from Vegas to anywhere, but, it's going to be a good time. We're all going to be up there, probably staying at the Westin, and it's going to be amazing for Kansas City because Kansas City has never had, anything like this. But
Oh, yeah, man. Big
yeah,
time.
I would love to be there right now in Vegas because we all like to spend a lot of time in Vegas. But what a great time! I mean, it's going to be a great draft this year and a great draft next year.
All right, guys, we're going to bring on Ryan here, and he was he's part of the Fantasy Football Experts, fantasyfootballsforpeople.com.
Come
and he
on.
also writes for Belly Up Fantasy Sports. Did I nail all that? I think I got it all right.
Come on.
You got it, man. You got all of it nailed down perfectly. Thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you hopping on here. Definitely check out Ryan's stuff. Great fantasy football. He's been writing since it ended. Still going down the way, updating rankings and all that. So, sorry, I didn't pay attention. I didn't realize the Eagles traded up as well on this one.
We sprayed a lot of draft capital there to move up like 2 spots, and all the receivers are gone. So that's a classic Howie Roseman move, in my opinion. So we'll see how that goes.
Right. We'll see exactly what happens there. So you're taking the the Texan spot at 13 for this pick here. Is there anybody certain that you think they traded up for?
I mean, the only thing that I can think of is they're trying to nail linebacker position, maybe get Lloyd, get the best linebacker in the draft, because at this point, if you're going wide receiver, you could probably nab it with that second pick that we have here in the middle of the first round, I feel like.
Agreed. Yeah, I fully agree with that. I think that would be the best pick around to go that route as well. I can also see them kind of sneaking up to get some kind of defensive line as well. Nakobe Dean, Jordan Davis, something in that range, sneaking in for. So
yeah, I know I'm a big fan of Jordan Davis too. If he goes with either of these picks, I'm not going to be upset, because if you can imagine him with Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Barnett, I mean, it's going to be a nightmare for opposing offensive line. There's no chance that you can do that.
And really, in that division you guys are in as well, I mean, really all it takes is one great defense and a quarterback enough just to muster up some points, and you can take away the division.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not a knock on the rest of the division, because our entire division is terrible. But, I mean, you can just take it over with a good defense. And it's upsetting, because I wanted the receiver to try and get some more information on the rest of the future. I don't think he's going to get that.
Nah, I don't think he is either, unfortunately. I think you probably have to wait till the second or third rounds for that one now, which is unfortunate, because I agree with you on that.
Yeah, he's just not going to get a fair shake at this point, unless we pull off something miraculous and make a trade for, Debo, Metcalf, somebody that might be down the line in the rest of the offseason. But I don't see it happening at this point.
No, I don't either. I don't either on this point here. So Eagles traded up.
I just saw that, yeah.
So Ryan hopped on early, luckily, and he's on here for the Eagles pick. He thinks they're probably going to go linebacker.
Okay.
On this one.
Very nice. Yeah, so I told you guys, whenever we hit to pick 10, watch for the trades to start going. And here we are. The trades are going like wild right now. So we'll see what they do here.
It's going to be interesting to see what we actually pick up here.
Oh, okay. That's good.
So, Mike, you also had a question here, and we can talk about it after the picks end for Ryan on Drake London and the Falcons.
What about it?
Right, you were seeing fantasy value,
fantasy.
Like what do you expect on way too early prediction for Drake London and that Falcons pick?
If we're talking redraft this year, he's not going to be someone that's going to be on anybody's radar, I think, because terrible quarterback pairing. He's going to get nothing but top-tier coverage, probably double covered at this point. So the ceiling's just not there. Dynasty, I think he's probably third or fourth best on that. He'll still be a first-round pick in Dynasty, but he's not the top 3 potential pick that he could have been if he landed somewhere else.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. That's what I was seeing as well. Like, him going to that team, it's going to be a detriment to his career at the moment. And I wouldn't be touching him in fantasy. Meanwhile, the last 3 receivers went off the board. I would entertain Olave. I would entertain Williams. Those guys, I think, are going to have good careers in the league and decent situations.
Yeah, Olave is my top one right now going to the States. Even if it is Jameis Winston, the guy can just throw touchdowns, even if there's 30 picks along with him.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'll take that. All right, Mr. Winston was 30 for 30.
That's right.
A couple of years ago.
Before he got eye surgery.
Oh, that's right. He did fix. Hey, I think Winston still has.
He did pretty well.
I think Winston still has upside to where he's not fully finished product yet. Like, I think if he can get himself settled a little bit mentally, he might end up being still a good quarterback.
He barely threw any interceptions last year.
I know. It was a huge improvement.
The worst wide receiver core you could have ever imagined.
Yeah.
With the 13th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jordan Davis.
Good pick. Really good pick. Hey,
kind of what I talked about there.
You're getting your interior monster right there. I mean, that guy's going to be good. I love him.
Nobody's going to stop us on that defensive line. There's going to be sacks. No. The quarterback under duress. Danny Dimes isn't going to be able to make his way into another contract.
No, man, that guy's done for anyway, I think. But, that's a great pick. Jordan Davis can do it all. I mean, the guy's a monster. Pass rusher, stop the run. I mean, it's your prototype defensive tackle, basically.
Yeah, I love the pick. I can't be happier about it, and it's perfect because Fletcher Cox is, he's coming to the tail end of his career. Same with like Jason Kelsey. We need to find a way to get him a good replacement moving forward. But this is a good pick towards the future for us, and I couldn't be happier about it.
Yeah. I think it beats it up.
6'6", 340 pounds. Just thinking about that
He ran a
alone.
4.78 at over 300
Right,
pounds.
4'7",
I don't
8", and he
even
weighs
understand that.
340.
I don't
Are you
understand
kidding me?
that.
Are you kidding me? Like, remember when Dontari Poe was going pro back in, I think it was 2012 or whatever it was? Dontari Poe weighed 335. And I think even he ran something around a 4'8", I believe.
That is sick.
Now this guy is 6'6", which is taller than Poe, and weighs more than Poe, and runs a 4.78. That's just nuts.
It's a new era, dude, of these big guys.
It's a fucking monster.
They can move.
Big guys can move
Big
these
guy
days.
Can move.
Hey, dude, there's some receivers in this class that ran worse than a 4.78.
Yeah.
That's the rough part about it all. It's amazing.
Oh, hey!
Oh, we have some more audience coming in.
Ping pong, mom and dad.
Ping pong, mom and dad.
Love it.
Ravens pick is in right away, by the way. That was quick. So whatever the Ravens are doing, they're confident in it, obviously, because that did not take long at all.
It makes a little sense too because Jordan Davis was a guy that was being mocked to the Ravens quite a bit. So if they moved up ahead of him because we knew that they were going to be gone, it kind of makes sense now.
Yep, good point. Absolutely. Great pick. Great way to trade. If you're going to trade up, you get an impact player like that. I mean, don't trade up for some guy who's could have fallen to you anyway. I mean, trade up for a guy that you want to get that's your guy.
Trade up for a big dick. That's my rule.
For a big dick? Is that what you said, Jason?
Big dick, yeah. Don't trade up for a little dick. That's a disaster.
I think they got the biggest dick in the draft, actually. Just based on size.
Well, Ryan, if you don't mind hanging out till the Eagles pick, the only one I got left here beforehand is Jonathan Grishman, and then I have Ross Bristow hopping out for the Chargers pick at 17. So, but you can hang out if you're all right with it.
Well, we got the Texans coming up. So we have 14 Baltimore, 15 Texans.
Yep.
And then Washington.
All the way up until the end of the Eagles' second pick. So whenever you guys need me, I'm here.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So he's at 18, I believe, right now.
How do you know that? Well, how'd you hear about that?
Because we have listeners.
So I'm the loud one?
Well, that makes sense.
That's because it's because I make out with my microphone while I speak into it.
It's not a lie. He does. We're starting to get a little audience over here on the side, guys. It's good stuff.
That's why we're the buffoons, you guys. There's something's always coming up every once in a while, and it's the buffoons.
I don't know what
do.
I'm doing here. I'm just trying to host a draft. That's all.
So, by the way, Ravens pick, guys. Any inkling you think that this could be going what direction?
I mean, it's the Ravens. So
Kyle Hamilton's still there. Kyle Hamilton's still on the board.
Defense.
I can see that absolutely just being a thing that they would go after. Best available, Tanner, on your list. Who did you put on your list for best available?
Don't look at the best available.
Yeah, I did look, and it looks disgusting.
It's not accurate.
You need to change that.
I did not spend that much time on the best available. I went down a list from Pro Football Focus.
You have
on their best available and put that in.
You have Sky Moore as your
Pro
number 3.
Football Focus.
Oh, use them as a reference?
Yes, it was easiest list to copy, to be honest with you.
I would say give him fucking Kyle Hamilton because the Ravens are notoriously a defense-heavy team.
Oh yeah,
that's
build it
their
up.
MO. So just
get a giant safety linebacker hybrid, basically. And
the Reds player.
I think he's going to be good. He fits the team, I think.
Billy Hamilton. That's
Billy Hamilton.
No, not the baseball player, Billy Hamilton. I don't want to see that guy.
Billy Hamilton?
He was a Royal at one time.
How long?
1 year. Then we cut his ass.
I forgot all that. I don't remember that at all.
It's because it was a bad year.
Tanner, when's your brother going to get those Brewers hitting better?
What are you talking about? They're first place in their division.
I know, through the pitching.
Through the pitching, yeah.
What are you talking about?
I'm just giving crap because the hitters are not up to par yet.
They're kind of like Peyton Manning. They're kind of like Peyton Manning. Everybody thought he was a great quarterback, but the fucking running game won him both of those fucking Super Bowls.
And the defense.
Peyton did his job.
Yeah, he was a
That's all I'm
mediocre quarterback.
That's a debate for a different day, by the way. We love debating Peyton Manning's career, and Tanner loves Peyton Manning, where Jason and I can't stand him. we
I
compare
thought of
Peyton.
an NBA. I just thought of an NBA comp for him.
LeBron. I think it's LeBron.
It's not LeBron because he wins championships. He's in. What are you talking about?
There's an NBA comp out there for Peyton Manning. I'll think about that. I'll give it to you guys.
Here we go, Ravens. There it
That
is.
fucking defense, you bitch! I told you.
I love that pick. I love that
told
pick.
you defense too.
In my mind, just get the biggest, nastiest safety on the
Big
board.
nasty guy.
Yeah,
on there.
it's going to be great. I love it.
Yeah, I'm a huge Notre Dame fan, so I've seen nothing but Kyle Hamilton for the past 3 years. That dude is a monster.
Especially at pick number 14 is great value too. I thought I could have seen him going even in the top 10. So getting him here, I think they're happy with that.
Yeah, I thought the Jets were going to take a stab at him maybe at 10, but
I did too.
They elected to go wide receiver and break all my hopes and dreams.
Yeah, yep.
So I'm be honest with you, I think I deleted too much on my list, which is why it looks weird. It's all right though. We'll make it work.
Well, we got to ask Mel Kiper Jr. then, who's the best available, because he's the professional, you know.
I like this pick.
Yeah, great pick for the Ravens. I think I love that for them. Keep that defense rolling.
Defense-minded team helps them win the games.
And play him in the box
It's
too.
a pick they needed. Let me just say that. A pick they needed.
If I got Kyle Hamilton, I'm using him in the box all the time because the guy to me is like a hybrid linebacker safety. So use him up in the box, stopping the run. They're not going to be able to, you know. I don't think he's going to be a guy you want to use necessarily as a free safety over the top or single high. I like him to be versatile, moved around a little bit.
He's very Harrison Smith-like. I don't think he's going to have the career Harrison Smith has had, but he's got all the makings to have a similar one to him as long as he stays healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. Good roll. Yep.
I love it.
Next up, so Texans made their pick very quickly here.
Texans is an interesting situation because they went Stingley Jr. at 2 or 3.
Let's pull up ESPN's best available just so we have the real list, just to keep our mind fresh. But
They all updated here.
I think they can go any way that they
Jermaine
want.
Johnson,
yeah, Jermaine
McDuffie,
Johnson would be
Penning,
great.
Hill, and Dean. And even Lloyd. You could
If you're the Texans, you just got to go best player available and just keep continue to build the team because you have so many holes anyway. Just take best guy on the board.
I got some breaking news. Apparently, Hollywood Brown just got traded to the Cardinals.
Whoa, okay.
What?
All right. There we go. That's a big. So that was part of the deal then, right? Was that right? Or wait.
No, Ravens didn't trade.
No, Ravens didn't trade.
That's just a trade.
Well, I'm sure there's a draft pick involved there. So.
Yeah, no draft details yet, but I'm sure that'll come out within the next few minutes.
So the Arizona Cardinals trade number 23 for the
23.
Ravens for 100 and Hollywood
And
Brown.
Hollywood Brown. Okay.
Per Ian Rappaport.
So number 23 then is what they
Wow.
getting for the Ravens.
And that whatsoever. I really don't. They haven't.
I mean,
I like Bateman as much as the next guy, but he's not a 1.
No.
No, I agree with that. So at that point, you got to look at receiver. Then you're just looking to replenish what you just gave up, I would assume.
You have to.
Unless they have a feeling on Pickett or something like that, and they want to take a shot at him early on. I don't know.
Right.
That one baffles me.
Interesting move there. But by the way, if I'm the Texans, I'm going to go Jermaine Johnson as my pick for this next one.
I like that pick. They need everything, so Jermaine Johnson makes the most sense because he's the best one on the board.
Space stuff.
So I wonder, because he went to Arizona, does this mean Hollywood Brown is not quitting football to stream full time? That's the question I want to know.
Maybe this wanted to get a streamer on their team.
I mean, big news for Arizona, so.
Well, Kyler Murray has no excuse now with that. Adding more weapons there.
Right.
Here we go, Texans. I'm going Jermaine Johnson. What's your guys' pick? Anything?
Deshaun Watson.
Kenyon Green. Exactly who they should have gone.
Well, that's a shocker to me.
Well, and then, no, I was thinking Jermaine Johnson, right?
Well, I was thinking Jermaine Johnson for sure.
Yeah, my bad. That's so far.
Kenyon Green, that's a surprise to me. I didn't know if there was necessarily that big of a need or an impact for that team. Not that they're looking for those necessarily at the moment. They're just looking to like be relevant again.
Oh, I think
Well, we are getting to the range, I believe. If the Chiefs are to make a move to trade up, they're going to be doing it here in the next few minutes. Otherwise, I think they're going to sit tight and probably take their back-to-back picks. That's what I'm looking at right now.
Right? I mean, I don't know. I'm like, if we're going to make a trade, we got to make a trade soon. I don't think we're going to, though.
Yeah.
You don't think they're going to do that shit?
If they don't do it here in the next couple picks, I don't think they're going to do it at all.
Would you guys want to trade up for any of the receivers left? Because I'm assuming that's what you're looking for.
Right. Now, at this point, now, if they were to trade up and get Jermaine Johnson, I'd be okay with that. But as far as receivers, now that Williams is off the board, no, I'm not interested in trading up for anybody. I'd rather sit back.
They're probably thinking all the receivers are going to fall at this point.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Pickens is still potentially going to be there. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So he'll still be there. Maybe. We'll see. Packers might have interest in him, too, so I could see them stealing him because they have picks 22 and 28 right in front of the Chiefs. So I could see Pickens going to Green Bay. But otherwise, like, if they were to trade up right now, I would assume it'd be for a pass rusher.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe a corner, I guess. I could see Kyrie Elam being of interest to the Chiefs. But, yeah, otherwise, right now, I would be okay with just sitting back because our top guys are off the board.
Yeah, I think if you guys stay pat, you might end up with someone like Sky Moore with like a first-round pick or someone of that nature, just to make sure you get him and he's not gone by the time you guys get your second pick.
I will tell you this. I think Alec Pierce has a lot of upside in the league, especially paired with the right quarterback. I could see him being very successful. If you look at his, overall numbers, height, weight, speed, and all the other things put together, I see him being a guy that's going to have a great career. And I can see the Packers looking at him. I can even see the Chiefs looking at him. But people are projecting him still to be a second-round pick at the moment, and I think he's going to be great value.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't see how one of these guys that gets drafted by the Chiefs doesn't succeed. I mean, he's gotten the home throwing the ball and over 160 targets opened up with Tyreek Hill. So.
Right. Speaking of dynasty, then, so whatever receiver the Chiefs end up taking, I mean, he's going to be on your radar right away just because of the quarterback, situation.
Yeah, there's a good chance that, say, someone like Sky Moore in that nature goes to the Chiefs or the Packers. They're probably going to get taken over Drake London, who was the first one off the ball.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, the Packers situation, obviously the Chiefs got Marquez Valdes-Scantling, so that's one of the weapons. Rodgers actually liked him a lot, but he ended up leaving the team to come to Kansas City. And so now they're sitting there. I mean, the Packers got what? They got Randall Cobb, Alvin Lazard.
They're fucking starting over, dude. They're starting from scratch.
Yeah, basically. That's all they're left down to that I can think of right now. So they got to go receiver. Oh, Sammy Watkins, right. Yeah, we'll see how many games he plays, I guess.
3.
Right. Even with the Ravens last year, I think he had 1 touchdown total last year.
That sounds right.
I think he had a great week 1 like he always does. And then he
Yep. 100% right. I remember week 1 we played the Jaguars a few years ago. Watkins went off for like 150 yards, had a huge like 70-yard play, touchdown. And then after that, it's like he didn't exist again until playoffs, I guess.
16?
He at least showed up when it mattered in the playoffs for the Chiefs when we did have him. And in the Super Bowl that they played the 49ers, he showed up there. So otherwise, throughout the middle part of the whole season, he was like non-existent.
That's classic Sammy Watkins. I remember having him that season, and I turned him into I think it was like Mike Evans or something because somebody was really high on him after that week, and Evans had one of those 0-point weeks.
Yeah.
One of the best trades I think I've ever made in my entire life.
The crazy thing about Watkins is like I actually love him as a player because he's still has great speed, good size, good hands, and like he does everything right on the field. He's even a good blocker. Just like the guy's just not consistent at all for the role you want him to be,
Well, he's not consistent being on the field. You got to be on the field first.
That's what I mean. It's frustrating to like a guy so much, and because he does everything on the field right, and then to just kind of just not really exist when it matters during the rest of the season.
Yeah. No, I agree on that. Let's see here. Make sure we have no.
Pick us in for the Commanders.
I think this is going to be the start of 2 linebackers in a row with Washington and the Chargers.
Okay. So your first linebacker, you're looking at Devin Lloyd as your first picker?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Lloyd is going to be the one to go And I'm pretty sure he's making a link to Washington already, so that would be cool.
Yeah, I could see that. Absolutely.
They need to improve that defense. It was so poor and flat this year that even we had to like easy times finding a way to score.
Well, what's crazy about that is like we went into the season, I felt like last year, still kind of high on their defense because they had a good year the year before, and I felt like the pass rush was still going to be decent, and obviously they had Montez Sweat is still going, and then I don't know why I'm blanking on the Chase Young, obviously
being injured.
And I thought they were going to be better, and they end up having a terrible defensive season.
Well, I think they were.
I just got big news again, guys. Titans are planning to trade wide receiver AJ Brown to Philadelphia.
No way! No!
Holy moly! The trades are going wild. All right, here's Washington's pick. Hold on. Jahan Dotson off the board. Wide receiver.
Dude, him and Chase Young are going to be a force. Oh my lord. Sorry guys, I'm reeling out. Holy crap. AJ Brown. Oh my goodness.
So AJ Brown to the Eagles. Wow. What a deal. Unbelievable. So I wonder what that had to have been a first round pick, right? I mean, to get him.
Blockbuster trade. Oh my lord. And they're not putting.
What the fuck?
Is Adam banned from
AJ
the
Brown
NFL
Eagles?
news?
Holy shit!
That's wild. That's a crazy trade.
Well, they got to figure out if
these last few picks have just been wild with trades all over the place. Players, picks, it doesn't matter. It's crazy. The Chargers already turned their pick in. So whoever the hell they want, they knew it. Well, they probably want Devin Lloyd.
So let's bring in Ross here. Ross Bristow. Hey, man. Hey, he's our Chargers guy here today.
Yeah.
Welcome in here.
South Jersey, and then looking like I even have a Chargers blanket somewhere. So yeah.
This is a real Chargers fan.
Hey, I've only known like one other Chargers fan in my life, and we'll talk about him. But so you're my new favorite Chargers fan.
So what do you think?
Just think like about Hollywood Brown being traded.
Right? How crazy is that? And then
AJ Brown, AJ Brown and Hollywood Brown. So.
Shefty's reporting that Titans are planning to trade AJ Brown to the Eagles here as well. So I mean that could be two blockbuster trades.
I don't know, crazy. Hollywood Brown's cousin is crazy now.
Oh my lord! I don't understand.
Tennessee's getting ready to start over and get rid of Tannehill.
Yep.
Maybe. All right, Chargers. Here we go. Here's your Chargers pick.
Hollywood Brown, so cousin is Antonio Brown.
Oh yeah. Almost.
Oh man. Wait.
Guard Zion Johnson.
Wow.
Interesting. Okay. So I'm a little surprised by that pick, but also it's going to fit what they do, going forward. So, hey, look, getting a big boy up front. So, hey, I can't blame him.
You pick the guy that I wanted.
Who did you want?
The guy like that big defensive tackle. What the Eagles got.
Oh
yeah.
Jordan Davis. Man, what a pick! I love that pick. Here we go. Wait. So here's the trade going through right now. So the Eagles trade pick. So they're showing it right now on the screen on ESPN.
Oh, you know what
Eagles
this means
trade
here?
Titans.
We got to get Carlos in now. Carlos, he was just on for us.
Which, by the way, I said earlier, Malik Willis to the Steelers. It's about to happen here in 2 picks.
Get Carlos on here.
Well, I'm curious though for the Chargers guy here. So what are your thoughts on this pick? Do you like this pick? I think a lot of people look at O-line as being a safe pick. Do you think this is going to be obviously beneficial? Because obviously you guys have an elite quarterback. You want to protect him at all costs. Do you like this?
Yes, I do actually. Because even though the guy's a guard, I just kind of always switching positions up. So if this guy can play right tackle, then we'll be good.
That's true. Yeah.
Gotcha.
The trade came through, so the Eagles get AJ Brown for the 18th overall pick and a 3rd round pick as well. Which isn't. I don't think it's a bad trade at all.
No, I think
Eagles won that one.
When you're looking at the Eagles, acquiring A.J. Brown, they're trying to figure out if Jalen Hurts is that guy. And that's how you can do that is you bring in a guy like A.J. Brown.
Right.
Say it's either going to work out or if it's not. And if it's not, then you move on from Jalen Hurts.
And it takes pressure off Devontae Smith, too, because, I think, obviously he had a really good rookie season. I don't know if he had his full upside yet. But I think that having A.J. Brown, the big-bodied guy, on one side, and having Devontae Smith, obviously a smaller-framed kind of a dude right there, too, I think you have a couple different, totally size difference in guys. You can use them different ways. And I think Devontae Smith had a good year. I think maybe having A.J. Brown on the team now is going to help them be more versatile in what they can do offensively.
Philadelphia Eagles could win that fucking division easily now.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
It's over. We've already won.
It's a fucking shitty division. Like, anything can happen.
It is a shitty division. I still always look at the Cowboys and go, but they have this talent. We say that every year about the damn Cowboys.
They'll shit the bed. They
always do.
They find a way to shit
They always
the bed.
do. No, I agree. But I still got to be like, hey, but wait a minute. They still have a chance because they have all this talent.
Yeah, they do. They have tons of talent. So, real quick here, Ross, here before we let you go here. Chargers, man. Like, are we feeling good? Are you thinking division win? You can pull it from the Chiefs here, or what?
That division, though.
Oh man, it's crazy.
It exploded this offseason.
As Howard said, though, there's literally 4 Pro Bowl quarterbacks in that division.
Yeah, I mean, there really are. What's crazy, did you see already week 2, Chiefs and Chargers will be Thursday Night Football?
I know the first Thursday night game of the year, too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's going to be a hell of a battle because I remember Tanner and I, you and I did a live stream for the Chiefs-Chargers game back in December.
The second game.
The second one, and God, what a game that was. Obviously, the Chiefs came back to win in overtime, so we loved that. But, God, what a game that was. And I think the Chargers are here to battle for years to come. Chiefs-Chargers games are going to be something to witness. And even, hey, we can talk about the Broncos, too, now. I think the Broncos... screw the Raiders. Can we all come in agreement with that? Screw the Raiders. Come on.
Yeah, but now, like, he gets a lot of flack. Derek Carr is actually a damn good.
He's fine, but like, so as far as playing games at Arrowhead and Chiefs, the things we've witnessed, he has his worst games ever playing against the Chiefs. I think he's had like a couple good games ever. Otherwise, every time it's cold in Arrowhead, he is awful. And so, I don't know. I don't care for the guy as a player that much. I think he's probably top 15, but I can't put him in the top 10 personally.
Yeah. Not yet.
In the last 5 years, though, he actually has the most fourth quarter comeback. So.
I know. That's wild. Fourth quarter comebacks is always an interesting stat to me because in a lot of ways, you kind of put yourself in that situation to have to come to that at the end, the comeback thing. Where, like, Mahomes obviously has been clutch in times we needed him to be clutch.
Yeah.
But a lot of times the Chiefs just have such a big lead that we never needed to come back in the first place. And I think a lot of times, Derek Carr, maybe that has been his issues.
Yeah. Ross here.
We're gonna do a debate one day. We're gonna have you on.
Yeah, we're gonna get
for
you on
the
here.
Chiefs Chargers here coming up this season. We're gonna do a full on debate.
Hey, yeah, we'll try to get you on too for reactions as well to the Chargers draft here later on. So, you know how May is. It's a lot slower in the NFL usually. So I appreciate Ross for hopping on here. We'll definitely get your takes on the Chargers too going forward.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Ross.
Thanks, yo.
All right, guys, here we're gonna get the Mad New Yorker in, the Titans fan. We got the Eagles fan above it, Ryan.
So
what just happened,
here
Carlos?
we go, baby.
What just happened?
Let us hear it. Come on.
All I have to say is bye Brown. Gotta pick up. I don't know who can pick up.
Something.
Right? I mean, are you upset right now because of this trade? Obviously, AJ Brown's been a big part of that team the last couple of years. Does this suck or what? What are you feeling?
Well, wide receivers don't want more money now, right? And that's what you gotta pay.
Right.
You can't keep them,
I mean, we dealt with it too with Tyreek Hill. I mean, Tyreek Hill got offered more money from Miami, so we're like, well, I'm sorry, but we got to let you go. AJ Brown is going to want big money too, and the Eagles can pay it. Meanwhile, the Titans are like, we're not going to work that out.
I think he signed a deal. Didn't he?
That's right now. So this year, if he doesn't step up, pretty much threw a monkey wrench in the whole Titans coming up and being one of the best teams in AFC. Right? This is a problem now. You know.
Well, because the AFC is loaded right now. The AFC is like its own league at this point.
Dude, the Titans are starting over. They're starting over.
Which I still think they could win that division, absolutely. But once you get to the playoffs, at that point you're facing the best of the best.
Like, you know, so I don't even know what they're gonna do with this pick. Right?
Here it is.
They might as well just pick a quarterback. That's what they're going with this.
I would take quarterback, honestly. You got nothing to lose.
Ooh, Treylon Burks from Arkansas. Okay, so basically,
Wide out, look, no quarterback.
So they made. Okay, look, I actually don't have a problem with this. This is fine. I think this is actually a fine deal. Burks is actually a big body. Actually, very similar body as A.J. Brown. Very similar. But right, I know. Right. No, I agree with that. I get that. You get to see how.
You know you have Henry. You know you have a good tight end, a good blocking tight end. All you need was an old lineman and somebody to give Tannehill maybe a few more minutes on the clock. And you go ahead and get another wide receiver.
Well, they're going to compare. They're comparing him right now to Deebo Samuel.
Because of his versatility, be used in the backfield or as a receiver. That's why they're doing that. But Deebo Samuel is also an interesting situation. He's also a product of the coach. I fully believe that. Deebo Samuel is a good player. He would not be the player he is without Kyle Shanahan.
He's also 27 years old.
I fully believe that.
He's 27. He's about to be washed sooner.
Well, I'm not going to go that far, but. Yeah, they needed him basically to be there.
They needed him, so they gave him more. Deebo Samuel was like, they're not going to give him that kind of money, man. It's not going to happen.
So the next comp.
That's why the Jets didn't do that, which is a good thing.
The next comp ESPN just showed after Deebo Samuel was A.J. Brown for Treylon. So, I mean, I guess you're saving some money, but, like, I mean, I don't know.
Dude, it's the AFC. You're not going to do anything with Ryan Tannehill, so you might as well
That's a good point.
Move off of A.J. Brown.
Jason, I think you're making a good point there.
They're not going to do shit.
The AFC's loaded, man. It's a tough thing.
Loaded,
it's cutthroat now.
Yeah, but even with the AFC the way it was, the Titans did a really good job in even making it as a first team out of the AFC, right? So everything in the West is gonna allow the people from the AFC South and the AFC East to give them an opportunity to compete, right? But there's no parity there. There's a drop, right? So, the Titans not making the moves to make the team better.
I would say that the Titans' next move is next year to find a franchise quarterback.
Well, you're still looking at a team that's going to win, I would say, between 10 and 11 games for the Titans.
Definitely win 10 and 11 games, but now, again, the quarterback that come through for them this past season, that was
right. Yep.
He steps up this year, which is, as a quarterback, you don't put rest at that. But if he does step up, because here's the thing that sometimes we forget about Tannehill. He wasn't an MVP candidate for like the first 6 games because Henry was hurt, right? So I don't know what his mind was after that, but I don't know if there's going to be progress.
Yeah,
weapons around him, but you also have to protect him. And this is where Tennessee's like kind of missing, dropping the ball.
Tannehill, in a lot of ways, reminds me of Alex Smith as far as how he's limited in certain areas as a quarterback. But I also think you can win with him with the right surroundings. Obviously, the Titans need to improve defense after what happened last year, and then protection as well is an important thing. But I see the Titans being an issue because of Tannehill's limitations. At the same time, he's a highly efficient quarterback too. I mean, the guy makes smart decisions most of the time. Obviously, he doesn't turn the ball over a lot most of the time. But I think he's limited in certain ways to where it prevents the Titans from getting over the ceiling and getting to that next step of Super Bowl contender.
Right,
so I don't know.
Why left guard or lineman will help him in junkie.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
you're giving him a little bit more time, which is something to give him time to think about what he could do and maybe find another open receiver.
And better blocking for Derrick Henry
Yeah.
too, because Derrick Henry still is the focal point of that offense. I mean, everything runs through him. Whenever he's doing well, the team's doing well. That's how it works with the Titans. And so, yeah, I think adding maybe another offensive lineman would have been beneficial for sure.
With that. So Ryan, here before you have to hop off here, man. Like, what's your take here on a fantasy value for the Titans now with Tannehill, Henry, even Treylon Burks coming into play? Like, what's your just initial reaction off this one?
So, to me, Treylon Burks, as long as he's healthy by the start of the season, he's probably going to be right inside that top 5 for wide receiver in terms of dynasty purposes. Like, he is there, and I understand that, Tannehill's not going to throw 600 times this season, but pairing him with Robert Woods, he is going to take over the A.J. Brown role, and that role is very valuable because even though it's not, consistent, he's going to have those weeks where you're not going to be surprised to see him have, 150 yards and 2 touchdowns on 6 catches. So Tannehill's good enough. I don't think he's really a fantasy viable quarterback other than what he was last season, where he was, that weekly waiver wire filling guy when it's a really good matchup. And we also got to remember too, like Tannehill found a way to be decent for fantasy times last season with hobbled A.J. Brown, Julio, who was never Julio, and no Derrick Henry. So, in all honesty, he's probably going to be one of those guys that we talk about at the end of this year where, we're a bit surprised about how good he can work for fantasy purposes because he might actually have some healthy guys in there. So, and Austin Hooper's there too. Don't discount Austin Hooper going there. He really missed having a
That's
tight
true.
end.
That's true. I forgot about that Hooper.
I think the most valuable Titans players, other than Derrick Henry, of course, is going to be Robert Woods personally, because Tannehill's a better short ball thrower. But at the end of the day, Burks is a decent, redraft pick in terms of like that 10 to 15 round range. There's no reason he can't take a flyer.
Yeah, do you think that maybe the addition of Robert Woods is what kind of helped them make a decision on A.J. Brown?
It's very possible. I mean, I understand that he's pushing 30 at this point, and his career is going to start winding down. But, I mean, I think people don't remember how good Robert Woods was, and that was with Jared Goff. I think I'd like Tannehill would have went better than Jared Goff leading my offense. So, Tannehill can make a slot receiver work. That's exactly what Robert Woods is going to be for this team. And I think that's why they had the confidence to say, screw it, we're not going to pay the now reported $100 million contract to A.J. Brown. We're going to go and get Treylon Burks and have 4 years of him, and then probably have the same situation happen again where we trade him for a first and second round pick.
Yeah, that's all it comes down to, guys. Like, obviously now receivers, basically when Devontae Adams got traded and got that huge deal to go to the Raiders, at that point all the other receivers were like eyes wide open, like, oh my God, now's our time to cash in. And so that's why Tyreek left. That's, I think, a similar thing like A.J. Brown too. And look, I understand if you're a Titans fan right now, you're unhappy about A.J. Brown leaving. It sucks to lose a great receiver.
I know about it.
In the long run, this might actually work out okay, because I do think Treylon Burks fits well, but I also like Robert Woods. I think they're going to be fine as long as Derrick Henry and that run game stays on the same pace.
Correct.
That's my take.
Look for the Titans to be drafting a running back early in the second round to have paired with Derrick Henry.
Hey, this is a good running back class, guys.
I've been pretty spot on so far. I think that's what's going to happen at this point because it's a similar situation when DeMarco Murray was in Tennessee and Derrick Henry sat for a few seasons while DeMarco Murray finished out his career. I think that's really what's going to happen because Vrabel wants that offense to be run the ball 35 times and then maybe get a touchdown or two with a wide receiver.
Well, also, it was an issue last year when Henry was down. I mean, they were plugging in some guys, and I remember, I can't remember, it was like a year ago or so, where Henry was your main back, and then your third down / receiving back was in. God, what was it? What the hell is his name? I can't remember right now. Who was it?
I think it was Darian Thompson.
I think that's right. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking. Oh, the Deion Lewis. I'm sorry. Yep. That's who I was thinking of. So, like, a guy like that, Deion Lewis, was on the Titans for that time period when Derrick Henry would substitute out or whatever. And, like, I just felt like that was a situation where if you had to rely on Deion Lewis to be your every down back, you're going to be in trouble. And so I could see the Titans making a move sometime to get another running back to throw in the mix there. We might never see Derrick Henry have 2,000 yards rushing ever again.
I mean,
no, it's not going to happen.
One of the issues and things that made me so like we the Titans did a wide receiver that can stay. Like, even when they had a boy who went to the Jets, he could stay on the field. And again, you start taking those tools away from Canada, so he has to play a different game, right? Which is why if you the Titans, you should have solidified that O-line because you lost 2 O-linemen in the last 2 seasons. That was one of your best linemen.
No, I totally hear that as well. And you're right about that. I mean, Robert Woods obviously is an injury-prone receiver, and we know that about him. Burks has had some history there as well. So, yeah, Corey Davis. Corey Davis was the first receiver off the board in that draft class, and we've seen his career, kind of be, iffy at best. So, yeah, they need health. Why do you say that? You think what's going on with Cooper Kupp?
Because he's already went back to his agent and won.
Really? Okay. I had heard a quote from him that said he wasn't that concerned about the money, actually, but I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not.
Maybe he's playing both ways.
That's not what his agent's saying. He's the best wide receiver in the NFL, and if he doesn't get that money, what happens is that he's going to throw everything off the kids.
Oh, yeah, he had a top 5 season of all time as a receiver. So it's like, at this point, he's seeing Adams get paid, A.J. Brown's getting paid, all these other guys getting paid. He's like, okay, well, I might as well cash in too while y'all are at it. So, but I think if you're the Rams, you got to keep him. Like, he is a huge part of that offense.
Money, man, money.
I think you got to pay him. Like, I think the Rams got to find a way to pay him because, first of all, you're getting consistency and reliability out of Cooper Kupp, and most receivers aren't always as reliable as him. Devontae Adams is one who's reliable, but Cooper Kupp, otherwise, I mean, you're guaranteed 8 catches for 120 yards and a touchdown pretty much every game. That's huge.
That's up to their
agent. Yeah. In the end. So, Ryan, thank you for joining us here. I know you got to go here. I appreciate you joining us, hopping on for the Eagles. Some fantasy takes out of nowhere. Just more conversation. We hope to get you on too as we ramp up closer to fantasy football season here in June and July. So, appreciate you hopping on, man. Thank you. Carlos, if you don't mind handing out here, we're going to actually tune into I want to listen to the Arizona Cardinals, one of these guys here that we got going on. The Redbird Red Zone, they got a Twitter space rolling. We're going to tune into those guys.
Malik Willis here.
You got Malik Willis and
Malik
Steelers?
Willis.
So we'll have the Steelers and Patriots pick, and then we'll have Michael Dougherty here at the Packers, and then we'll hop in with Carlos here for the Titans pick. So
they got Franco Harris making the call for the pick for the Steelers here.
Not going to be Willis, dude.
I'm going Willis for this.
They're going to wait.
That's my.
Ryan, you're good to log out, man. Carlos, if you don't mind handing out, man, we'll get you back on.
All right.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks for having me on.
Yep, thank you.
See ya.
Not going to be Malik Willis. I'm telling you that right now. They're going to wait until next year.
Oh, who are they going to play then?
Trubisky. He's the quarterback. Hey, Mike, he's what we call a bridge quarterback. He's a bridge quarterback.
Here we go.
Not going to happen, guys. It's not going to be Malik Willis. Take it to the bank. Is this guy drunk or is he just old?
It's Franco. He
might be drunk and old.
He's got
dementia.
both.
That's a good combination.
We're gonna hop in.
Drunk and old at the same time.
We're gonna hop in the meantime here. I'll post the pick here.
You got it. That's a
Kenny Pickett?
Kenny Pickett?
What did I just tell? Wow, we were both wrong.
What the hell?
We were both wrong. I said no quarterback.
Right, so I picked the wrong quarterback.
I said no.
Pickett goes to the Steelers.
Good gosh.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to go.
Well, they're going to give him some time to develop, and that's why they got Mitch Biscuit to be the bridge quarterback. Like I said.
So I'm not surprised with Pickett going before Willis, but I'm surprised at this point that's who they like over Willis.
We're going to pick this up here in a minute. We'll come back because I want Carlos' take on it too.
a true number 2 weapon with a 1-2 punch in the backfield, a la we saw, James Conner and Chase Edmonds last year. But if you could bring in like a Walker or someone, one of the top running backs in the draft to team up with James Conner, this offense is just going to go through the roof, in my opinion.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like the pick. I love it. And honestly, I mean, we weren't going to find anybody better than that in the draft or the free agency or anybody there. I mean, I love it. I didn't come into tonight expecting to like the Kime pick. I was expecting to come in and yell and raise hell like usual. But I mean, I got to say, yeah, I was ready to raise hell about fucking George Karlaftis or whatever the fuck his name is. But instead, I'm here. I'm happy. And
we got any other people requested to talk? Who else? Anybody else?
I think we might have wait, no, we have room for speakers. If any of y'all want to join in and be a speaker, send in a request. We're up. We're ready.
Hey, this is my first time. How do I share this to my fucking timeline?
There should be a button towards the bottom with 3 dots. You see it? 3 dots kind of interconnected.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm going to keep this Cardinals related for a second here.
Okay.
I was kind of shocked, and by Cardinals related, I mean NFC West related. I was shocked at the fact Seattle picked defense. Did they literally just admit to us that they're okay with Drew Lock? Because that's laughable.
That's
at best, right?
Essentially, yes. That was very stupid of them.
Like, are they going to get Jimmy G or Baker? Or I
It
have no
has
idea
to be
what their plan
Baker.
is.
The board. Tanner, pull up the list.
All right. Hold on now.
Back
We
on.
got a trade, guys. That came out of
Chiefs
nowhere.
are now on the clock.
Best available for the Chiefs here. Let me get Carlos in as well.
Let's see. They're going Jermaine Johnson.
It
here.
has to be Jermaine.
Jermaine Johnson is the man right
Duffy,
now for
Hill,
the Chiefs.
Dean, and Lloyd. There's no way they go those guys. That has to be Jermaine Johnson for
Dude,
the
the
Chiefs.
pick is in. So they did the trade and right away made their pick. Right away. It's going to be Jermaine Johnson, baby. Here, defensive end. And here's the thing, though. I hope they didn't give up their other first-round pick. I want to have 2 still.
Let me look. I'm looking.
I want to have 2.
We do. They didn't give up both of those.
I'd be pissed if they give up both.
There's no fucking way.
I'd be pissed if they give up. I want to have 2 picks no matter what. Still.
We still have 29.
Holy shit! They kept it. Oh! Beach.
Wait.
We traded up.
Wait.
Still got 2 first-round picks.
Wait.
Woo! We still got 2 picks.
We have another pick coming.
We got 30. We got
29.
30. So we
traded 29. But you still got 30.
So, hang on. I don't think this is updated yet because it's 29 and 30 are still there.
What?
29 and 30 are still there. And the Chiefs are 21.
We had 3.
Did we give up a second and a third?
Okay, so if that's true, guys, right quick, I asked Mike when we first walked into this room. I asked Mike, "Is it possible?"
And I said no,
and he told me no.
No.
He said, "Is it possible?" What? I asked the question, "Is it possible, Mike, that the Chiefs could have 3 motherfucking picks, pardon my French, in the first motherfucking round?" And he said no.
All right, no. It's gone. Okay, it's gone.
It's gone.
It's
30 is the kept pick.
Okay.
All right.
We got too excited.
That's what we did.
Yeah, I was like, no way.
Okay. So we still have 2 picks in the first round, though.
So New England Patriots get the 29th overall pick.
Okay.
Anyways, before the
whatever,
comes
that's
in, go check out the Redbird Red Zone guys. Great Arizona podcast. Suns, Cardinals, Arizona State, etc. They're fabulous.
So
go check them out.
This is
guys.
absolutely Jermaine Johnson at this pick. This is great. I love this. I love this.
Why can't the Jets and Giants?
I think it's Trubisky.
Hey, I thought the Giants had a good draft so far.
I can't say they had a bad draft, but the way this draft class is rated, you could have got 5 players for the one.
Okay, here they gave up 29th overall.
Like you could have got.
It's true.
The 3rd and 4th round pick.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
If you look at
Right.
if you look at the right now the draft, you see all these highly rated players, best available players. They're still there.
Yeah.
7 or 8 like back.
All right, here we go.
Mike's over here pacing. It's all right.
McDuffie. Trent McDuffie.
Trevor Duffy? Trent McDuffie? What?
What?
Let's go too soon, guys. I'm sorry.
All right. So it is.
What?
It's a nickel corner. Yes. Okay, so apparently the Chiefs wanted to get a nickel cornerback. Okay.
So we used the Chardavius Ward replacement to go get a guy?
Well, now we have, Rashad Fenton. Here's the thing. If you're going to go corner, why not Kyer Elam? Why is he not your pick here? I don't understand that. McDuffie's literally going to be used in the slot.
All right, guys, we're going to bring in Michael Doherty, Packers pick here, Baiting on the Drum podcast. Mike, thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's not showing through. Oh, let me try it. Still blank. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
Hey, it's all right. We got your voice.
So you're telling
That's
me
what
It
counts.
must have been the Mike. Tell me it's the smooth hips, right? Trent McDuffie has smooth hips at the corner.
All I'm saying is you're going to tell me Jermaine Johnson, at a big need of edge rusher, remains on the board, and you say, nope, we're going to take a nickel corner here.
Hey, the G Jets came
unless
in.
they've got another edge in mind.
G Jets came in excited for McDuffie for the Chiefs here.
They
so.
do. They've got another. He's got another idea in mind for an edge.
He better, because I don't like this at all.
The edge is trash right now. They have to get an edge.
I'll be back, guys.
Yeah. All right, man. Sounds good.
I don't like this pick at all right now, especially to trade up to get this guy. I just felt like there's better corners even on the. I'm a Kyer Elam or even a Roger McCreary fan.
I just don't like his size at 5'11". Like in the NFL right
now, he's a
now.
nickel corner, guys. He's gonna play a slot.
Yeah,
I know. I
Jets think it's
like
a good
bigger,
pick.
I would
So,
like a bigger
for
body
us.
at that position.
So, it's not the pick we were hoping
Here's the deal.
for.
I want to say this. Fenton was a great nickel when he played in that role. He could have also just been the nickel, while the outside corner drafted would have been Kyer Elam for Florida. I would have loved
Very
that.
interesting pick. Very
We're getting all
interesting
excited
pick.
about this Chiefs
I don't
straight
like it.
up all of a sudden.
Mike's
I don't like
pissed. Mike's
I don't like
pissed.
it.
I'm happy about that. I'm hoping Jermaine Johnson goes right here.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Yes,
If he goes right now, I would be so mad.
To the Packers, man.
Thank you. Yeah, so I see it's in. I'm pretty, I love this. It's all hope and dreams, right? All hope and dreams.
That's all it is, really, at this point. I mean, we still got pick 30.
I don't want you
So.
guys to get too upset about whoever they took, right? Because I know that the need, Packers will definitely more guys in the past, but the Packers take. I don't even know who that is, right? Like, what are we doing? Why are we reaching way up there? And then you get a guy like Rashawn Gary or Yari Alexander, right? Just great players. So these
I just
guys
remember-
fan out at this spot.
I just remember when we did the mock draft, this guy here had my favorite mock of all of us that were doing it as a group. And so I just feel like the Packers are in a situation where they're going to get a couple studs here at 22 and 28, and we're going to be sitting here wasting picks to get Trent McDuffie.
Exactly.
That's how I feel.
But are
I'm
they
not
going
happy
to
about
help
it right
Aaron
now.
Rodgers? That's the question. Are they going to help Aaron Rodgers?
They have to. You got to get a receiver at some point. I think Pickens goes to the Packers.
If Washington is calling me about McLaurin right now, this pick is gone in a heartbeat. But,
Oh, yeah.
Right? If Washington is calling me about McLaurin, it's gone in a heartbeat. If they're not, I want to go deep. And I like Johnson a lot, but maybe that's because I'm a Seminoles apologist for some reason.
Hey. All right, here we go.
Hey, Walker.
No.
The Green Bay Packers select Quay Walker.
Quay goes
Wow.
now. I thought he might be a second round pick.
Yeah.
Wow.
I kind of thought Quay would be a second round pick.
Wow.
Actually.
So were you expecting receiver? I think we were all expecting receiver.
Well, they have another pick at 28, so I would expect a receiver there at 28 for the Packers. Look, I like Quay Walker. I just thought he could go a little bit later.
Yeah, so this is not a guy that I expected at all. But the Packers definitely do things like this to me all the time. Right?
Ravens?
Like,
Yeah,
guys
this
that
is
I
what they do.
Like, see anywhere in a mock draft, those are the guys that they end up taking, developing, and doing well with. So
I'll just say, I think Walker's a good player. I like him a lot, so there's nothing to be upset about. I think with this pick, I think it's fine.
So for me, I'm just trusting in the Packers, like drafting them, that they know what they're doing. They're getting the right guy. I know we did just sign Campbell do a deal, so I don't know. Like, I don't know. We got a pretty good roster. I shouldn't complain. I'm just gonna sit. I'm gonna wait. Feeling good about it.
Yeah, hey Michael, if you don't mind handing out, man, you're up again at 28, so if you don't mind handing out between the picks, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Are you gonna put me in the back there?
Yeah, we'll put you at the bottom, maybe here and there.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, hang out for sure. Talk some football and stuff. So after the
guys, I really appreciate it.
No, I appreciate it. Glad you're able to hop on.
Banging on the Drum podcast. Give us a listen. Give us a download.
It's good stuff there for sure. Go check them out. Some good Milwaukee takes too. So next up here, really, I guess Carlos is going to be up next, and then we'll have Lonnie Martz for the Bucks pick here at 27. So that's coming up as well to stay tuned for. Hey, I'm using the restroom.
Nothing like it.
All right. So with Jermaine Johnson being the best player available, which team do you think he's going to go to now, Mike?
I mean, the Bills just traded up, obviously. So at this point, you got to know he's got to go off the board sometime soon, and they could be looking at him right now. It really could go anywhere. At this point, basically,
the Cowboys will fucking take him. Jerry Jones.
If the Bills don't, the Cowboys absolutely should.
Yeah.
But they also took a pass rusher last year, and that worked out. But my thing is, right now, the value you're going to get for Jermaine Johnson is great compared to what we all projected him to be, which is going to be somewhere in the teens.
Well, let's talk about that pick of Trent McDuffie. Did you project him to go at 21, or do you think that's a guy that could have fallen a little bit
No,
later?
what happened was the Chiefs had a lot of interviews with McDuffie, and they had him in for visits, and they liked him all along.
So they got a big hard-on for him.
They did, and I hated it when I heard about it. I heard about Kyler Gordon as well, the other corner from Washington. He also was somebody who was on their radar, but I know they had McDuffie in for a workout, and basically they saw him to be the prototype nickel corner. And for me, I look at this situation and I go, okay, there's still Roger McCreary on there, still Kyer Elam, who's my favorite corner on the board at the moment, and they end up going with a nickel there. And to me, it's like Rashad Fenton played nickel. Rashad Fenton was a good nickel. And so for me, it's like, why waste 2 extra picks, third and a fourth rounder this year, to move up a few spots to then make this pick, while Jermaine Johnson's still there even? I don't understand any of this. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I would say that I've been thinking this whole time that the Chiefs could get a cornerback with one of these first 3 picks, but I didn't expect it to be a 5'11" guy. I want it to be a bigger corner. I wanted to go edge, receiver, and cornerback, but not a guy, not like a small guy. Like the NFL, especially in the Chiefs division, AFC West, they got big fucking receivers now. So now you would want to have a bigger cornerback to match up with that, I would think.
I got you. Go ahead, by the way. Right, yeah, Andrew Booth, of course. Andrew Booth, I actually think, has local ties to Kansas City even. So, he's actually a guy who's been around the area. And I like Andrew Booth as well. I would have taken probably Booth, Elam, and McCreary all over this Trent McDuffie pick. So, I don't know. I can't stand it just based on what we saw on the board still.
So, we're basically saying that Brett Veach is drunk and he needs to, have somebody take over picks.
Man, well, God, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But they fell in love with the guy, basically, is what happened. And they just took him. That's all it comes down to at this point.
Is that your food, guys?
Yeah, I guess I'm going to have some fried pickles. So.
All right, we'll let you go first. We'll let you go first, Mike, while Tanner and I talk about the NBA.
Talk about the NBA? Okay.
Is there anything even to talk about right now? Let's look at some updates here. Scores. So the Suns closed it out against the Pelicans. The 76ers closed it against the Raptors. The Jazz are up 15-21 in the first, at the end of the first. So nothing too much going on.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty boring shit. I mean, that's kind of what everybody in the world expected would happen in those two series, is that Sixers and Suns would move on and not waste any more time. So.
All right. Wait for this Bills pick to show up here and see what happens. So, man, yeah, that's actually been kind of a crazy draft from what I'm used to. So, like, I know last year was kind of nuts, but this year, I don't know, just a little crazy. Let's see here. The Bills get the 23rd, the Ravens get the 25th, and what was that, a 4th rounder? So, that's not a bad trade. Not a bad trade up. Are they going to get the defensive guy that Mike wants?
Probably.
He went Jermaine Johnson.
I mean, at this point, I would much rather see him go to the Cowboys.
I don't know about that.
Well, yeah, seriously? You want him to go to the Buffalo Bills, our arch rival? Here we go. Oh, wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Jermaine Johnson keeps dropping.
He does.
And here the Cowboys are going to pick him up.
Well, the Chiefs need to trade up again.
Yeah, at this point.
Yeah, let's as a Chiefs fan, let's trade up again, man.
Well, Jonathan should be getting on here soon. Oh, no. Yeah. All right, cool.
What do you think about Kyrie Elam there, Tanner?
Is still on.
Still there, yeah.
That's a Cowboy pick.
That's a perfect Cowboy pick, I think. I'm kind of with you there.
See, why didn't the Chiefs draft this guy? Like, he's a big physical corner, dude.
They didn't want him. They wanted McDuffie. So yeah, I'd say I don't know. I could see. I don't know. I'm kind of torn here because I could see the Cowboys actually going Dean or Lloyd in this point, or possibly even Wyatt, just on their side. Just the way the Cowboys pick.
Yeah, you need some interior linemen.
Mm-hmm.
Some interior defensive linemen.
Yeah, definitely. They got to get that rush going. But didn't they lose some offensive linemen too?
Then one retired, right?
Yeah, that's right. So, they might reach up for a 1-2. Yeah, you do like that pink suit, Jason, don't you?
The which?
That pink suit.
Oh, I love it, man.
it.
Hey, he looks great. He looks great. I like the fact that he's sitting in the middle. Like, why didn't anybody give him a general manager job in the NFL? Like, the guy obviously knows his stuff.
So seeing this now, those Jermaine Johnson and the Browns got away with 5th round pick with Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
They stole it.
Yeah. They took on the contract and stole it from him. Like they should have easily had a 1st or at least a 2nd from him, but instead, yeah, they took away the 5th. Got away with it.
Yeah. They did it early and it panned out big time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, big time.
Probably not like
I don't like Roby either.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Speaking of Browns, you think where's Baker end up? Do you think he stays on the Browns and just sits there, or what? On the couch, probably.
He's going to be a backup quarterback, dude. Like whoever.
But where? That's the problem. You would think they would have got draft picks by now for him, but nobody's offering.
Yeah, honestly, the only way they think they can fix the guy is if he becomes a backup behind Tom Brady, because then he can get his mind right in the right
place. You guys
place.
were talking about Baker before you were talking about Garoppolo? Come on.
No, Garoppolo's a starter, dude. Garoppolo's a starter.
No, Jimmy G's not the starter.
No, I'm just saying
He's
when they trade him, he will be a starter.
He'll be a
in the
starter.
league, whereas Baker will not be a starter. He's going to be a backup.
But I mean, where do these two QBs even land? Like, obviously, John Lynch came out and said, "Oh yeah, we'll pay that. We'll pay Jimmy G's salary while he sits on the bench." Sure.
Yeah, but so what is the salary for, say, Malik Willis? Could you imagine what they could have done with that pick last year?
Yeah.
Where he went somewhere else?
Yeah, I know, right?
They probably would have been in the Super Bowl.
They probably would have. That salary for Malik Willis. Well,
no,
I
I'm
guess.
saying like last year. I did not waste it on keeping.
Oh yeah, Michael was asking what the salary for Malik Willis would be, right?
15, 18
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Baker's isn't much different if you're going to sit him on the bench.
Yeah, no, that's true too.
15 or 18 for 5 years or whatever something's done.
I think it's for like the 3-4 years.
That's before bonuses, you know. They think
Yeah.
they hit like, you know, certain stats they're going to get bonus.
That's true too.
What do you guys think about that AJ Brown deal as far as the 4-year, $100 million? Like, do you think he deserved more than that, or is that right about where he should be?
Like, these deals are going like crazy before these guys even put anything on paper, right?
Yeah, they're just dropping money essentially.
And like, I like Brown. I like the kind of wide receiver he is, but he has no durability either. He's been hurt a couple of years, you know. He's missed a few games before last year, before he got injured. So, you know.
Yeah, each year he's missed, I think, a good handful of games that he probably should have been there, especially in the middle of the season, Chuck. So
I just think it's
tough one.
It's a copycat league, and when you see Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill get these giant fucking deals, then it's like a lot of teams, they follow suit. And they're like, well, I got to pay a fucking receiver. And that's what happened.
You're talking about a guy, a wide receiver that's actually been in the Super Bowl, the one that missed the Super Bowl, and it wasn't his fault.
Right.
And had the stats. Debo, this is only his second year. He just started putting up stats. AJ Brown, he has to put up a few stats, but that's because he's had, he was behind Corey Davis, who's not that great,
Yeah.
last year, and then this year he was doing okay until he got hurt again. So, if anybody needs to get paid, it's Cooper Kupp, not these two young dudes. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, big time.
Well, it's interesting, and I'm glad you brought up Cooper Kupp again, because since you think that they may not be able to pay him, that might be the reason why they brought in Allen Robinson. In terms of if they thought that Cooper Kupp would want too much money, they brought in Allen Robinson for that reason.
Tyler Smith.
What? Dude, the Chiefs need to trade up.
They gotta get Jermaine Johnson.
They gotta trade up.
I talked about it. I asked about the offensive line here. I just had a feeling. They were looking that range for whatever reason. And here we go.
That means our guy's still there.
They need somebody to make holes for Elliott.
That's right.
On Elliott's contract.
That's right.
Good players there.
That's the thing. Yeah. Oh my lord, man.
And they got
Jermaine Johnson right now.
Yeah.
Jermaine Johnson, yeah.
They did. I just don't get it.
I don't know what's going on. Now you guys, 4 players available. This is looking good for the Titans.
It's looking great for the Titans to get some quality defense guys. I mean, hell, like Devin Lloyd, Dean's still there, Jermaine Johnson, Daxton Hill.
And the Titans can still get Malik Willis if they want to.
Yeah, they can. What the world? Like, I just don't get it.
Johnson. They said Jackson earlier. Florida State. You watch a lot of Seminoles games. Plays defensive end. Oh yeah, we need a defensive end.
Oh, and Linderbaum is still up as well.
We don't think it's
Yeah, he is, isn't he? There he is.
Linderbaum's falling.
Yes. I mean,
That's a Titans pick.
I was gonna say more of a Bengals pick there, trying to get something going. I mean, David Ajabo, who, you know, was projected first round too. They thought he would fall late, but he's still sitting around.
Yeah, so I think that he's the guy who tore his Achilles, though, right?
Yeah, correct.
During a workout, yeah.
That might push him down a little bit. No running backs yet, right?
No running backs.
Brees Hall is going to be your first running back off the board when that happens, I think. But, yeah, as far as David Ajabo, I mean, to me, the Chiefs won't be taking him because we need guys that can step in right away and make an impact for this coming season. We don't have time to wait for, you know, next year when Ajabo's healthy again. Because I don't, you know, coming off an Achilles, I just don't trust that, messing with that. And when he does come back, it could be sometime in November, December. And as a rookie, I don't know if I like that situation. So maybe the Packers could benefit from that, but not for here.
Some great running backs right now available.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
They're
all of
available.
them.
Cook,
All-
Spiller,
Right.
Robinson.
I see Cook going somewhere in the early third round, personally.
Everybody underrates this guy. I feel bad for that.
Yeah, that's just kind of like running backs go, it seems like. You know, running backs, just because you can find them so easily, it seems. It's better off taking them in the second or third. That's kind of how it goes. I mean, last year the Chiefs used Darrell Williams quite a bit, and he was undrafted from LSU. And, you know, he was kind of our main back for most of the season with Clyde Edwards-Helaire being out. Meanwhile, Clyde was a 32nd overall pick 2 years ago and really hasn't done a whole lot yet.
You know who's that's going to turn into wide receiver after senior back? Lindsey. Play for Broncos.
Philip Lindsay?
Yeah, like he can't find a team, but and nobody wants to pay him, but like, he's playing so well for not being paid.
He really has. Michael, what'd you say?
So the way they're drafting wide receivers, the way wide receivers are producing coming into the league, running back position where you think, well, I don't need to draft one, I don't need to go out and sign one. That's what's going to happen with wide receivers. There's just too many really good.
Yeah. I see that. I see that eventually happening too. I think at some point, because there are so many good receivers, that every team's going to have a great receiving core. I mean, it's going to be hard not to if you know what you're doing. So yeah, the value overall will go down. Like you might have like a top end where like the elite guys go off in the first round, and then like a big drop off where it's like, okay, I can find my next guy in the third or fourth round and plug him in, and he's going to be a 1,000-yard receiver.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's kind of the direction we're going, I think, in the league.
Yeah, I mean, if you play fantasy league, you're a fantasy league player. You already see that in the last 2 seasons. Like top 5 wide receivers, and then the bottom, you know, after 5, 6, 7, then you start just fall. It's a big dip, you know. Like,
And then the main difference though, as far as running backs and receivers, I just think is longevity, because running backs, obviously, you know, you might have a prime of 3 to 4 years in a lot of cases, whereas receiver, you can still play great until you're like 33, 34, and at that point you drop off dramatically. But as running backs, it's like, okay, you have these guys, and you don't want to pay them that second contract because you want to get all the usefulness you can out of them while they're between 21 and 25. When it comes time to give them that deal and they want big money, it's like, we can find a guy that can do 80% of what you just did for nothing in the draft. So they want to pay that.
And that's another problem. Like, these guys are getting paid for what they did, not what they're doing. Like, Galladay, for instance, he got hurt for the Giants right away. Right?
Yeah.
You know, and the Giants had to pay that, you know, to pay, what, $12 million straight up?
Mm-hmm.
Corey Davis was just had paid him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And what he didn't, they did 2 wide receivers in New York that didn't amount to anything, you know? And not to say that they're bad players because they got injured, but it's just like you're paying them on what they, you know, on what you're expecting. Your expectations are high, and they're not even on the field. You know.
Yeah, that's kind of how it's going. I think the direction. I mean, we're talking right now like 10 years down the road in the NFL, to where what Michael there was saying, like, yeah, eventually you're gonna be a dime a dozen. You know, you're gonna be able to get receivers anywhere you want. You know, taking a guy necessarily in the top 10 might not be as useful as getting an edge rusher who are harder to find.
Well, I wonder run into a lot of freaks at edge rusher too. Because, like the fact that there's guys left currently, and they're not getting scooped up like right off the board in the late 20s.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
I don't understand it. Jermaine Johnson's still there. Obviously, Boye Mafe is somebody that I think a lot of people like. Arnold Ebiketie looks like he might end up falling to the second round now at this point. And then George Karlaftis, still there.
Still there.
Which I don't really care for that guy personally. Like I don't like his production, but you know, I'm surprised Jermaine Johnson's still there for sure.
If you look at these edge rushers in the last 2 to 4 years, even 5 years, like even someone like Clowney, they all peak in college. Like they have great stats in college, and they come in the NFL and they're like,
that's true.
Barely on the field, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's great when you can find your Von Millers who, you know, everyone projects to be a superstar, and he pans out, you know, he pans out. Khalil Mack panned out, and even though we went to a small school, like, he still worked out in the league, mainly due to that supreme athletic ability, and those are elite players in the league where, like, I don't know if that happens that often, because I compare Thibodeau to Khalil Mack in a lot of ways, just due to the similar structure, but... hold on. Wow. Center to the Ravens. Okay. Yeah, Tyler Linderbaum.
Is it because he's Iowa?
I don't like Iowa.
I
don't like Iowa.
Okay.
You're a Nebraska guy. That's why.
But he's such an Iowa State guy.
Oh, Iowa State.
The ball every play.
Okay. Anyways, look, I'm still okay with this because it still means now the Packers are probably going to steal Jermaine Johnson from us, but you know, they're still on the board. It's still there, so
we need to trade up.
We're not trading up anymore.
Last time we traded up, I wasn't very happy.
So next up here, we got the Titans on the clock. Carlos, man. They got to get him, right?
They have to, dude.
Hopefully 1, 2, 3, 4 more picks.
Right.
Yeah, Lewis Riddick was on there saying, "Oh, I don't know what's going on with him. Maybe he got arrested or something."
No report.
About who? About which
Jermaine?
one?
Jermaine Johnson.
Oh, about Jermaine. Yeah.
Like
he's like, what's going? Why has he not been picked yet?
There's no reason for him to fall.
Picture.
Right? Am I not right? That's the only reason he would fall that far is if he got arrested.
Something going on.
Even the Titans can go with Dean or Lloyd as well.
Yeah.
That's also that. Yeah, Dean and Lloyd both are still there, so that's kind of interesting to me. We're seeing more offensive linemen go off currently than interior offensive linemen than I've expected, but yeah, right now best available Tanner. We're looking at Jermaine, Daxton Hill.
Yeah.
We got Dean from Georgia,
Lloyd Willis, Wyatt.
Malik Willis. Watch the Titans pick Malik Willis.
Watch.
Oh man.
Cause even more drama in the world. I think they go. Obviously, I think they go defense, but I think they actually either go Dean or Lloyd, or they pick up Wyatt.
Lamar Jackson was not happy with that.
Oh, the trade?
I don't blame him.
He just tweeted out WTF. So.
Yeah, I can't imagine he said.
Oh, we have a trade.
We got a third pick
We have
for
a
the
trade?
Jets in the first round.
So Jets had 3 now, first round.
This
picks?
is 3 first-round picks. Yeah, I wonder.
Who is it?
Well, you got Jermaine Johnson. You got George Pickens, I would say, is a potential candidate.
Oh, my Lord.
So you are already sitting on Davis. You're sitting on Denzel Mims, Elijah Moore. Did they draft one early? They get early.
What is Titans doing? They're getting depth. They're getting depth.
You're going to get a fourth receiver?
Hell, I don't know. Zach Wilson needs a lot of help, so they might. Yeah, I don't like his trajectory yet.
You know what I don't like is Jets went out, got somebody a really bad division that looked like a superstar. It's fine.
So who are you jumping in front of here?
Tampa Bay, Green Bay. It would be the who they traded? Patriots, Chiefs, Bengals, and who to the Lions? Minnesota. Yeah.
So Tampa Bay's not taking wide receiver. Green Bay might. I guess New England might.
Yeah, New England could. They did get Devontae Parker, which was kind of a under the radar move, which I thought was actually great. I do like Devontae Parker still. Yeah, I don't know. This will be an interesting pick to see what they do. I mean, obviously, best on the board in a lot of our opinions, is probably Jermaine Johnson still.
Yeah, I'd say so.
There's a lot of good linebackers in this class, though. I will say that. So this is a class I think you can get a really good linebacker in the late second or early third, even.
Well, the Packers got the best.
Yeah, Quay Walker to the Packers. Yeah, good pick. I mean, I think he's going to pan out.
Pick is in. The pick is in.
Already? Wow. I'm trying to get Jude Jets on here a little later.
Yeah, where is Jude Jets? What is he?
He's right now. He's recording, so he's probably live recording this right now. He said he'd hop on afterwards. So, hey guys, Lonnie, hopefully it's all right, man. I got Lonnie Martz here. He's gonna help kind of give a take on the Bucks here. Founder of the level of the Playing Field Leadership Academy, former pro NFL football player. Played with the Chiefs, Bucks, Oilers, and Jags. Lonnie here, man. We're gonna welcome you on in. Appreciate you joining us.
Hey there. Thank you so much for joining in.
Always good to get in on football.
Right?
Yeah, that's right.
It's insane, man. Yeah, this is a crazy trade up for the Jets to get back into the third round, or to get third pick in the first round. So, like, this is nuts.
Yeah, let's.
I mean, the whole thing has been crazy. The speed, you know, it's almost like automatic, right? Everybody knows what they want, so they're moving to get it.
Yep. Here goes the Jets. Here we go.
All right, let's see what we got.
Jermaine Johnson.
In the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select
Jermaine Johnson. There he goes. So they traded up in that case to get their guy, Jermaine Johnson. Hey, great pick at this point in the draft. I mean, getting him 26th overall, I love that for them. I mean, good for them. They did the right move. They made the smart decision, I think.
So they went from a B to an A on this draft.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. Well, because they traded back up into the first again. You know, they already had 2 other picks. So 3 first-round picks. I mean, you got to hit on at least 2 out of 3 of those.
It's the Jets, so it's probably 1 out of 3. But
right. In most cases, yes.
That's fair. That's a fair take right there.
We'll take it. You know, it's the Jets, like you said.
This is crazy though. Like,
so Tampa Bay now coming up. Wait, hold on. Jaguar. No, we just had a trade. Jaguars just
traded up
with the Buccaneers. So Bucks trade back, probably out of the whole first round then. So
go get Pickens.
Green
Bay or New England takes him, right?
Yeah, I mean, I could see it.
I mean,
I still think Pickens could actually fall though even further, just because of some of the concerns. But
true,
you know, we'll see what they do here.
I don't know. Lonnie, like, what were you expecting of the Bucks here if they didn't trade back here?
You know, it's kind of hard to say because the Bucks was the first team that I thought we got to that really didn't need to make too many picks. I mean, with Tom Brady coming back, the only thing that I suspect might be different is the head coach, maybe the calls that he makes.
Right.
The team's still intact, and you know, once you get Chris Godwin in, things go right back to where they were for the Super Bowl year. So I don't know what they really need right now, other than looking at maybe some linemen who are long in the tooth.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think they had a couple guys, one retire, and I think one ended up, not coming back. I believe on the offensive line.
The Buccaneers are in win now, mode.
Oh,
Obviously,
yeah.
as long as Tom Brady's still around, I mean, they could win the Super Bowl this year. I mean, it's very possible. You never know. As long as you got a guy like that, I think
line's kind of old too. I think, right?
Well.
I mean, and Sue didn't come back.
No,
not yet.
Sue didn't come back yet.
Sue is still available, right?
Yeah, he's still available.
So he's still out there.
So give him time.
I mean, I guess I could see that as far as something for the future at least to develop. Hey, if you want to sit behind Tom Brady for a year, that's probably not the worst thing.
Yeah.
We've seen other guys get big contracts out of that. Ryan Mallett was one that sat behind Brady.
Yeah.
Obviously, Brian Hoyer sat behind him for a while, and all these guys got Matt Castle.
Yeah. So guys, what are we thinking here? What are we thinking for the Jaguars here at spot 27? What are we going for?
They can take anything that's going to help their team.
That's no lie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever.
Got a quarterback, right?
Yeah, I mean, the head coaching set them back at least 5 years.
No lie.
But they were already behind.
But they had the guns.
Get something.
Come on.
Get something that could protect Trevor Lawrence, and you should be fine.
Yeah, I like Yeah, I like opportunities here to do anything. Daxton Hill is probably the best player on the board currently. I don't know if they necessarily need to go get him.
I think they go down and grab. Where was he?
Hey, Devontae Wyatt is still there.
Devontae Wyatt.
That's a guy to keep an eye on.
I don't know. I don't know if you go line at this point because Bernard Raymond.
That guy would go into the Masters program too. Devontae Wyatt, you drafted defensive linemen to those defensive linemen. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to face the Titans, so you need depth in linemen and in linebackers. So,
yep.
I don't know. This to me kind of. I think obviously they go defense just because of what's available here. My pick here is they go probably Dean. I'm gonna go Dean here.
Dean over Devin Lloyd.
Yep.
As a linebacker for the Jaguars. Well, see, they can go anywhere. Like he said, basically whoever you take is going to improve your team. It doesn't really matter what position it is.
Yeah, we'll see what they do here after this.
So Lonnie had a question actually. I know you played for the Chiefs for, was it 3 years, correct, in the early 90s? 4 years. Okay. Well, in that case, can you tell me your favorite experience being a part of that team? Because you were actually a part of some of the revival of Arrowhead in Kansas City at the time, because it was when Carl Peterson came along in '89 and kind of revamped the entire atmosphere of what it was like to be at Arrowhead and made a new establishment, essentially, a new atmosphere. So, like, you were essentially there for a lot of that beginning of what Arrowhead now was looked at as today. So, I don't know, just give me a quick story or something.
Quick story. Marty Schottenheimer gets us out. We're going to have our first Monday night game. He has us out there Saturday night with all the Monday night, the soundtrack playing, and guys are running around with Batman and Superman outfits on, running routes, catching balls.
Oh.
Just to get us to relax, because it was our first Monday night game, and we hadn't been on Monday night in years, and so we were out there that Saturday night about 8 p.m. running around routes with costumes on, and so we're having a great time out there just to relax. And that was I honestly think that was the greatest memory I had playing at Arrowhead. And
man,
that's
cool.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. So do you think? So was Marty Schottenheimer probably your biggest influence as a coach you ever had?
Marty Schottenheimer was, as far as studying film and knowing your opponent, but Tony Dungy was the most influential as far as getting into coaching and how you coach. So, yeah, we had a stacked staff at that point. So.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say Tony Dungy was part of that. What brought you into the Chiefs, right?
Yeah. Tony Dungy, you had Herman Edwards, you had Bruce Arians, Kurt Schottenheimer, Joe Pendry. Oh man, we everybody.
What could have been?
That coaching staff was wild. Looking back at it.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate that.
That's insane. Well, yeah, Lonnie, I don't know, man. If you're busy, you can jet, but if you want to hang around here,
Chiefs are coming up, man.
We got a few more picks coming up. If
pick
you're
30 for the Chiefs, so we're only 3 picks away after this.
Yeah, no problem. I'll hang out.
Cool. I don't know. Kind of. Daxton Hill's just sitting there.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. Like, if the Chiefs hadn't already picked up a safety, obviously, I feel like Daxton Hill would be their next pick if he's defaulted them. But at this point, they don't need to get Daxton Hill necessarily. It's not.
No.
It's not a need by any means. And they just got a corner, obviously, at the last pick. So.
This is kind of interesting too, because you got the Jags picking now. You got the Packers coming up, who are looking for a receiver still, possibly.
I'm done.
Yeah, right, Carlos, man. You can, like I said, you can hang out and stay, whatever you want to do, man. You know.
only might be done.
Yeah, at this point.
Well, yeah, we could come back.
That's true.
Come back in, get the Jets a 4th pick in this.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. We're trade out.
So, Michael, what do you want for the Packers coming up?
So, I'm cool with anything in the defense. So, obviously, not another linebacker. Like, if they take another linebacker, I'd be really missed.
Yeah.
But any level of the defense, I'm always comfortable drafting. I think that they could take a safety. Amos or Savage is going to have to move on after this year. That's just kind of the way the contract's going to work out, that we're not going to be able to keep everybody around. Always cool with edge rusher or somebody dominant in the middle. I'll wait here for the Jags.
There you go.
Yeah, no, that's the sound.
Devin Lloyd.
Yeah,
Lloyd.
there it is.
The Jacksonville Jaguars select
Devin Lloyd.
linebacker, Utah.
Yeah, this is a totally fine pick. I mean, look, as we said earlier, basically any addition you make to the team is going to be an improvement. Yeah, just add best player available. I like Devin Lloyd to the Jaguars. That's a good pick.
Yeah, I think they need a linebacker, especially after losing to move a top player, a top middle backer.
Miles Jack.
Jackson, you might as well go ahead and rebuild the defense.
Yep.
Yeah, remember, guys, they got to play the Colts and the Titans.
Mhm.
Running games
You got to stop some running backs over in that division.
Yeah, man. Haven't done it yet.
Right, no. It's not easy.
It depends what's left after the Packers. The Packers are in the
So Packers already turned their pick in, guys. See that? That was fast. So whatever they're doing, they were confident in their selection.
Packers already got it in?
Yeah, they already sent that pick
Oh
in.
my lord!
So I'd be real fine with it's going to be safety from Michigan.
Again.
I'm okay with the
I think the Packers. They might go Dean here. Wyatt or Dean?
Yeah, Michael was thinking way out loud here.
Sorry, Mike.
No, you're all good.
Talking to the
Don't
crew
worry.
here.
Don't worry. So I'm cool with the safety from Michigan. I think that would be a great pick here. Safety from Georgia might be fine too.
Ooh, I like him. Lewis Sane is really good.
Yep. I'm always okay with an edge rusher. You can give me somebody that plays alongside Kenny Clark. Really cool with that as well. Honestly, the only real need I see for the Packers is that there is, a lack of real depth on that wide receiver now.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if you need to address that right here. I don't want a reach on a wide receiver. If they take Pickens, okay. If they take Watson, okay.
I don't know.
I've seen a lot of Devontae Wyatt to the Packers and a lot of mocks, and I could see that happening here. But I also think that wide receiver is going to be something important for them to fill in, because Rodgers is going to be pissed off regardless because they let go of his favorite guy. They let go of Devontae Adams, so he's out of there. So at this point, you're sitting there with like I said earlier, Randall Cobb and Alan Lazard.
Didn't the Packers lose some cornerbacks? A cornerback or two, right? This offseason so far?
They did not re-sign King, but they drafted Stokes last year.
Okay. Sounds to say Kyler Gordon could be in play still, or Andrew Booth Jr. in this pick.
Yep. So they have Alexander, Stokes, and Douglas.
Gotcha. So that should still be fine.
They should be
get close to Green Bay Packers.
Right.
If I'm Green Bay here, I either have to flip a coin between Pickens and Devontae Wyatt. Probably move my two options here.
Here's the second of their first round picks. We speculated, would they take the receiver for Aaron Rodgers?
I know.
They didn't. They took way more.
Let's just hope, like Carlos was saying earlier, let's hope they don't go quarterback yet.
Quarterback, yeah.
We don't need it.
If they took Malik Willis, Rodgers is walking off the field. He's like, all right, I'm done with you guys. I'm tired of this.
This is official.
Out of here.
I don't care. I'm out.
Green Bay Packers save a lot of money.
All I dominate, right? That's what he did last time.
He's just gonna go join Pat's show, and just chill there for a while.
Yeah. Hang out at the Pat McAfee show and just do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what we do if Rodgers walks away.
It might be a long season if that's the case.
My buddy over here, Jason, was actually wanting to ask. So you being a Packers fan, I'm sure you follow Grossi. Is that it?
Tom
Grossi?
Yeah, loosely. So I see him on Twitter on occasion, right?
Okay, so apparently he sees him on Twitter on occasion. But yeah, he watches all of his stuff. I guess he's got his Rogers jersey on with some kind of a coat jacket over the top of it. So, anyways, he gave us a shout out one time on his show when we were doing the Chargers game, and he gave us a raid. That's right. I didn't know what the heck that was called, but he gave us a raid where like all of his fans over there came over to watch our channel for a minute.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was an interesting.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy. I don't know much about him, but he seems like a cool guy.
I don't know this Packers one. I mean, all the Packers picks make me nervous just for the fact that they screw it up all the time.
They're taking a damn receiver, dude. They have to. They have to.
I got a text that somebody loves the second pick, but it isn't coming in here yet.
Yeah, I'm like, we haven't seen it yet either.
Yeah, so one of the guys I do the podcast with, he's like, love the second pick. So I don't know what we got.
Okay.
What's he know that we don't yet?
Yeah. Who knows? He lives in Texas, so he gets all the information early.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's either going to be. I think it's going to be White or Pickens. That's my picks, but I don't know. Could be Daxton. I could see that.
I can still see Dean.
Hey, who?
Dean.
So he said he loved it, so it's somebody that he knows too. It's not.
But they'll also make tremendous impacts in their communities.
All right, he's going to talk for another half hour.
What, Goodell?
Roger Goodell, yeah.
Oh.
He's just going to sit there and talk for a few minutes.
Presented by Nationwide as the most prestigious award a player could receive.
Yeah, how does he know who it is?
We are proud.
I have no clue.
It's Wyatt. So I'll break some news. It's
gonna be Wyatt.
It's gonna be Wyatt. Yep.
Devontae Wyatt. Okay.
Twitter, let me know.
I'm gonna start
There we
typing
go.
it.
All right.
I'm gonna start typing it.
All right, start typing.
Watch it be Dean.
No, I think this is a great pick for the Packers. I think this guy is going to fit in really nice.
Yeah, and I think that you slot him next to a guy like Kenny Clark.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You allow him to dominate, right? So Kenny Clark's one of the better defensive tackles in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I'm biased, but I like him. And if you can spell him and like line up next to him, just stack up that defensive line, start dominating.
He was a guy. I would have been happy with the Chiefs even getting him if it fell to the Chiefs and they took him with that next pick. I'd have been cool with that too. But hey, Packers made the right move here. I think just got to get that receiver now in the second round, either a Watson or see what falls. I guess.
Yeah, no.
So who's the kid from Cincinnati?
Alec Pierce, I like him a lot. So I think he could fit in really. Rodgers would make him a Pro Bowler in year one. I'll put it that way.
I think Rodgers can make a lot of guys Pro Bowler. So
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
not really going to matter what receiver you get in there. It's just give him this pick. He'll probably pull in about 3 or 4 after the draft, and they'll find one that is actually able to do the job he needs done. So
That's right. Able to put the work in and actually follow his direction, and you're set.
you're set.
Heck, they're used to that anyway. I mean, there for a while, the Packers wouldn't draft a receiver. They just had undrafted guys all over the place.
Exactly. They know their quarterback's good enough to do it.
Are you guys done?
I'll do one more.
Oh, no, I'm still working on it.
There we go. Now it's official on the board. All right. So New England and then Kansas City coming up. So, well, I think that's a great fit.
Hey guys, let's welcome Jude Jets back in here. What's up, man? What happened? How did you guys get back into the first round?
I don't even know. I see him playing back in. I'm just like, Jermaine Johnson. Oh my goodness. I was a little iffy on the soft pick because we didn't get KC, but we go ahead and get Jermaine Johnson. So it's like, it makes up for it completely. I mean, this is a top 10 projected player, and then all of a sudden he's here at 26.
The Jets did something better than the Chiefs here, for sure, because when the Chiefs traded up, if they're like 20, what was it? What did the Chiefs trade up to, 21 or something like
20,
that? At that point, I'm going Jermaine Johnson. Of course, they go Trent McDuffie. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Oh man, that's just nuts. Though that was wild to see the Jets pop back in, and I mean, yeah.
I was hoping he was falling at 35. I was just like, falling at 35, we're taking him at 35. Trade up and get him at 26. We did give up some stuff to grab him, but we were getting an optimal player in Jermaine Johnson. I'm completely okay with that. So this is just insane.
Oh yeah, no, that was
before the trade happened. I was like, the Jets should have got more for that, you know. And then all of a sudden, that trade comes in, and they get Jermaine Johnson.
That's a great day.
It's a complete prayer from Joe Douglas right there. Oh my God.
what was the final haul? I missed it. What was the final haul on that?
3.
Yeah, we gave up 35, 69, and 150.
Nice.
And we got 26 and 101.
Okay.
We got a 4th.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad at all. Great value there.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Patriots right now, pick is in. This is a team, I feel like they always do something kind of off kilter from what we expect. I could see them going a direction that we didn't expect to have happen. This could be a George Karlaftis pick.
Nah, let's go ahead. Let's go and just scroll down in the 20s available right now, because we're talking about the Patriots right now. So Petre, I'm gonna go Petre from Baylor, safety.
What? Are you just pulling a random name up right now?
I am. I'm just going to the 20s, man. It's the Patriots we're talking about.
You got Logan Hall on the board. Watch it be Trent McBride, the tight end from Colorado State. That's the one. That's what they go with.
They have a 3-headed.
You're gonna try to pick up McDuffie again.
Yeah, right. McDuffie again. We're gonna go in other corner.
I feel like it's gonna be quarterback. What's his name?
Andrew Booth Jr.
Andrew Booth. Oh, that'd be a good pick. I think at this point, I honestly thought Andrew Booth was a better prospect than Trent McDuffie at that spot that the Chiefs ended up taking. So I think that one of you guys I thought had some good things to say about McDuffie, but I don't know. I'm not happy about it right now. I'm still pissed off about the Chiefs' current pick that they just did.
It's gonna be all right, Mike.
Eventually it will. Well, I mean, on the board, we're looking at. I still think Pickens is a potential fit for the Chiefs. Dean is there. I mean, obviously, last year they just took Nick Bolton. I don't know if they go linebacker.
Yeah, I'm like,
again.
I don't know if we need to go linebacker this early.
Not this early, no, because obviously there's guys from Wyoming, Chad Muma.
Yeah.
Obviously is still going to be there. Troy Anderson's still going to be there later on. I like both of those guys quite a bit.
Yeah.
I could see them falling in love with like a certain receiver that we didn't expect though to go.
I could see Sky Moore.
Sky Moore, yeah, I could see Sky Moore being a guy that the Chiefs like. Otherwise, though, my true pick, if you want to guys, my true pick for the Chiefs, the next pick is Boye Mafe. That's who I think they take with the next pick.
I like that pick.
And that would make us at least quiet down about Jermaine Johnson. At least that way we filled a need, you know?
God, what, 2 seconds?
What was it?
What was that?
Yes, so 50 and 62.
Oh, yeah, y'all can definitely grab a Chattanooga, Troy Anderson.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. If they want to go that route, of course. Now, I'll be confused if they took Daxton Hill. I'd be confused at that point. Like, what the heck are they doing?
Beefing up, I guess.
You just take your best player available at that.
What I want for the Chiefs' next pick is either between George Pickens or Boye Mafe.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Totally want that.
But they don't give me what I want anymore. They took Mahomes, which is what I wanted back then, and now they're like, well, screw you, Mike. We're just going to do whatever else we want then.
Well, so to be fair, Mahomes network.
That's what I know. That's what I wanted in that draft was the Mahomes thing. So they gave me the one thing I wanted back then, and since then they haven't done a damn thing I wanted.
Yeah, that's not a lie there.
I just wanted Jets to make something happen. You know.
Well,
they did it. They made it happen.
Patriots.
They're trying to make themselves a name in that division there, you know. With all the offseason moves happening. Yeah.
Could you see Belichick seeing Pickens as a project to get him settled in a little bit and eventually make him into an elite receiver?
I could see Belichick doing anything he wants, truly.
I just want the Patriots to take a punt.
I'll take it. All right, let's see what we got.
Cole Strange?
What the heck?
Oh my God! I had a feeling that was gonna happen.
Wow.
This is such. That's what I mean. This is the things they do. And so Cole Strange is actually a great offensive lineman. Very versatile. A lot of people projected him to be like early 3rd round pick.
Wow.
This is traditional Patriots. This is what they do.
Wow.
I mean, I'm happy it's not a cornerback, a linebacker, a wide receiver, or any other position to me. You know, they give up Shaq Mason and that's about it.
Yeah. It's funny.
So you're saying that I was looking too far or too early. I need to look further down the way.
Even further down the
I need to
list,
go to page 2 for this guy.
Go to page 2 of best available, and then you'll find the Patriots pick.
Oh,
The thing is, this Cole Strange is going to be a really good player for this team. That's what's funny about it.
Yep.
So it makes sense.
It's like a crazy pick, but it works for them.
They won't have him at center.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things I think about the Patriots is Bill Belichick will find a guy who's willing to work for him for a long time and develop, and that's what you're seeing right there. He's just gonna dig down deep, get a guy that know he's not supposed to be there, but he'll be thankful that he's there, and then he'll work his behind off, and Belichick will turn him into just a good, solid player.
Absolutely. That's a great way to put
Joe
it.
Thuney.
Absolutely. Yeah, Joe Tooney.
Yep.
Of course, kind of a
Thank him.
similar thing as this guy, Cole Strange. Similar thing.
That's
So the Chiefs sent in their pick right away, by the way.
They got it in fast.
Oh, dude, they're already going.
They're already, whoa.
So, all right. I already told you guys either Mafe or Pickens is mine, but we'll see what happens. I'll get pissed off.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
The guy you hate.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
What a plot twist. Wow. I thought it was going to be
Oh my goodness.
George. I was like,
Mike is pissed.
Mike is upset. All right. Lonnie, man, what are we thinking here? What's this?
Hey, I'm still looking for a wide receiver.
Right?
Oh my goodness. You're gonna be
I
looking
don't
for a
want to
while.
say anything right now. I'm not mad.
He's gonna be looking for a while.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
God.
I feel like that's the got picked over.
Unbelievable.
What the world?
Nah, I can't. Look. With Boye Mafe on the board, Jermaine Johnson was on the board with the previous pick, and they're doing this crap. Oh, God, I can't stand it. I
They
can't
didn't
stand
take a receiver. There's no. they
Well,
didn't take a receiver.
Pickens is still there, but
Maybe they feel as though defense was the problem.
Yeah, right. That's what they feel.
Sure. Yeah, it is. It is a problem, and I get they're just taking guys that I don't care for, and that's my own problem to deal with. But God, this is frustrating.
Unbelievable.
This is frustrating.
Nuts.
You make a solid point because he got picked over Victor from Penn State.
Yeah.
Right, Arnold Ebiketie. I love that guy. I think he's a phenomenal pass rusher and literally pure speed. I mean, I love him coming off the edge. George Karlaftis, he had 5 sacks last year at Purdue. Like, I want more production than that.
Does that mean we're in a rebuild now, Mike? After those first 2 picks?
No, it's not a rebuild. But if we could do a redo on the draft, I would do that for sure.
Wow. I mean, this is 2 surprising picks here. 2 surprising picks.
there was so much talent in this draft. I feel like I definitely could have got a Drake Jackson.
Yeah, Drake Jackson's still there. I mean, goodness. I don't know, man. This is.
I mean, hey, I like Karlaftis, so I feel like this is a good pick.
So, let's think about this pick here, too. Does this mean Melvin Ingram is not returning officially with this pick?
Look, Melvin Ingram can get 5 sacks, too.
Okay.
I mean, all I'm
So does
saying
that mean
is,
he's
like.
not returning?
Sure, he could return. The
No,
Chiefs.
I think we
the
need
Chiefs-
him to return at
The
this
Chiefs
point.
don't have depth at defensive end, and so we need to make sure we keep that in mind. And Frank Clark is not always available, so we got to make sure we understand that. Like, let's get more and more and more. Ingram is still going to be somebody we should be targeting to get back on the team.
What you got, Lonnie?
I think they're just messing with Ingram. We're going to get another guy in there that could possibly look good. They'll say something great about him at mini camp and try to get Ingram to sign the deal or come in and say that I'm not going to give up my spot, or he's going to compete. it's a ploy.
Ingram might not sign until like August. Honestly, he's 33.
Little plus, J.J. Watt at Wisconsin his senior year only had 7 sacks.
All right.
So,
All right, Will.
so maybe he's got the potential.
You're saying he's like what?
So we're hoping for Karlaftis then has potential to be J.J. Watt one day.
Correct.
Right?
All the scouts are saying this guy's the next Ryan Kerrigan, which is good. Kerrigan was not a bad player.
Hey, Ryan Kerrigan was a great player. I don't know that I see the same thing with Karlaftis. All right, you guys getting out of here?
Yeah. So if Karlaftis is from Greece, are they saying that he's going to be the Giannis of the NFL? Is that what the upside is here?
Yeah, there you go. See ya. Thanks for coming out.
Would take that. I would take the Giannis of the NFL. I'd be okay with that.
See what happens.
Any chance this is not an offensive lineman?
Oh, it should be. I don't know who's available at the moment for O-line, but it should be offensive line.
I feel like all Cincinnati really needs, though, is a center, and then Linderbaum would,
Yeah, Cole Strange would have been a great pick for them right now, but the Patriots are too smart. They got him.
So Bernard Raymond from Central Michigan, offensive tackle. He's down at 22. And then we go to second page. So there's not a lot of offensive linemen right now available in the top 25.
Well, at least
Abraham Lucas.
Tomorrow night, the Chiefs still have pick 50, 62, and then 1 in the 3rd round, I believe, right?
Now 1 in the 3rd, yeah.
So 3 picks tomorrow for the Chiefs. So, goodness, I mean, there's a lot of good receivers left. You can look at that.
I think we'll be all right for that part.
Goodness, I don't know, man.
Don't fuck it up. That's all I got to say. Don't fuck it up.
Well, at this point, your back's against the wall with the way we feel. It's like, hey, our next 3 picks better be home runs, damn it.
Look at this division you're going against, too, You got to hit on these picks. Especially if you want to return for a 5th conference title championship. So,
I really did want Mafe over Karlaftis, though.
I think we all wanted Mafe.
I would have been okay with Mafe, yeah. I don't know, Karlaftis.
You try to speak it into existence. You should have just said it.
I know. I did great with the Packers pick. I said Devontae Wyatt. Boom, there he goes. Now the Chiefs pick, I'm like, here's what I want. Nope, we're going to give you total opposite.
Now, is this one of those scenarios where, like if you're interviewing for a regular job, you do really, really well in the interviews, and then you get hired, and then you shit the bed? Is that this Karlaftis guy? Is that what's going to happen with him?
I'm sure he impressed the staff during the interviews.
Right.
That's probably what happened. It's easy to fall in love with guys, they impress you, say the right things, sweet talk you a little bit, smooch you to bed, and then you're like, oh, I'll take you, okay.
I'm just saying, like,
the Chiefs sell jerseys. They're like, what can we put on the back of the jersey?
Karlaftis.
That might be it, man. You got to sell tickets somehow.
I would have rather bought an Evan Katie jersey. Oh my God.
Maybe Veach just got drunk. He's like, well, we got Mahomes. We got Mahomes. We can draft whoever the fuck we want.
Do whatever we want. Just throw some names on the board.
Just throw it in. Oh my!
I will say this: all the mock drafts, the Chiefs Twitter has done, Chiefs fans have done. We've all done each other, and over time. And if someone had presented me a mock draft for the 1st round that said Trent McDuffie and George Karlaftis, I would have said,
I didn't see this one.
Fuck yourself.
I saw Karlaftis. I saw Karlaftis a lot in the mock drafts that I saw.
Oh no!
But I never saw McDuffie Karlaftis combo.
I would have been pissed.
I'll tell you what, we're true fans here. We're gonna give him a shot. We're gonna give him a fair shot.
We have no choice.
What happens?
We're stuck with him.
Look, a lot of people had him on mock draft for Dallas, going to Dallas.
Yeah, that's true too. They did.
You might got something there. You don't realize.
Mike, you act like you're talking about Frank Clark here.
You're
just upset about keeping Frank
I'm just
Clark
salty because
after having
the 2 guys we took are the 2 guys I really don't care for in this draft. That's all.
All right, Bengals are up here.
Malik, quarterback. Gotta be. Jackson Hill.
AFC champions Cincinnati Bengals select Jackson Hill, defensive back, Michigan.
Yeah.
Well, look, that's a good pick. That's a good player.
Excellent pick.
Mitch Gibson.
Oh,
I wanted
what I like
35, but
Hey, super versatile. I mean, the guy can play, down in the slot. He could play up high. He could play single high. It doesn't matter. Like, he can play all over the field. I like him. He's a good player.
I'm all right with it.
So the Titans aren't coming back in this round.
No, I don't see the Titans coming trading back in here.
Vikings now with the last pick of the first round.
All I'm hoping for is that they shit the bed.
Look, this is a Vikings team here. That offense could be pretty dynamic this year with the new coach and all. So
You get a new quarterback.
well, they got to save money through a new quarterback first. They can't stop extending him. Yeah.
Tanner, I'm just curious, for the Chiefs, though, it's pick 50. Let's pretend David Ojabo falls all the way to 50 now. Do you consider taking him there?
Let's do it. At this point.
At that point, I mean, it's like, take the upside.
If he drops that far, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
I didn't want him in the first round, but I would take him that far down.
Right, because you already got now your supposed starting defensive end. So Ojabo could, eventually get healthy, maybe come in November, December, and be ready to go.
Yep.
But you got upside there, a guy that could end up being a potential 12 to 15 sack guy once he's 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Think
Something to think about.
Fitzmagic got to get two lucky as quarterbacks.
A whole lot of career ahead of him. And then he's super smart as well, what he can do. So like he can definitely develop into a really
Oh, yeah. Ojabo could. What was that, Carlos?
Fitzpatrick and Kirk Cousins got to be the two luckiest quarterbacks right now in the NFL. Those guaranteed checks.
The guaranteed contracts all day, man. All day. I work with a bunch of people up in Minnesota. So anytime I call this one guy up, he's not diehard, but he's a Vikings fan, and I'm like, so did you guarantee another year yet? Are we just sitting on and waiting not to pay Justin Jefferson next year? We're gonna wait and just let him leave, but we're gonna pay Cousins another year for sure. So
I think Chase Daniels made like almost $50 million now in the league. So
Chase is killing it.
Chase Daniel as a backup quarterback his whole career, I think he's made close to $50 million total. That's pretty damn solid.
How many Browns have
Cousins is like a Hall of Famer when it comes to the business of the NFL.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, he's got it figured out.
Guaranteed money anytime.
Absolutely.
This is, I guess it's 10:30, so it's about right. This draft I feel like it's moved a lot quicker to this last pick than previous ones.
Hey, we said 7 to 10:30 would be the expectation, and here we are.
Vikings at 32. Man, I think we got best available here.
I'm hoping
It feels like they drug out these last 10 picks.
They did.
Yeah.
Like commercial breaks, and they got to bring Andrew Whitworth on, and the whole shebang. He don't go here. We know. Well, honestly, the Vikings could use it because
Willis
their
goes
backups
tomorrow.
are awful.
Yep.
Awful backups. I do not like them at all.
I could see Andrew Booth here.
I was going to say Andrew Booth or
their cornerback is not good.
Or Kyle Gordon, one of the two.
Kyler Gordon or Andrew Booth. Yeah, I think either one of those would fit well.
Has to go because they re-signed Patrick Peterson.
Yeah,
but he's
older.
He's on the
old
side.
He was like 1 year joke.
What if your boy Mafi goes on this?
God, if they took Mafe, I would just be like, all right, I'm done. I'm done for the day. Like, I'm just gonna go to bed. I'm tired. I'm just tired of it.
There it comes.
Oh yeah.
Wilson, Johnson, and Nakobe Dean.
Look, that defensive line alone is pretty stacked. Like
I'm gonna go with
these guys.
I'm gonna go Booth for this pick. That's my selection for the Vikings.
I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna go Booth on this one.
I'm gonna go Booth.
I'll go with Mafe.
You're gonna go Mafe?
Well, he might. If he doesn't go here, he's going to the second round. So at that point, we need to be thinking about, potentially getting back-to-back defensive ends.
Yep.
As a representative of the Titans, I will choose them for you.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. So that'll mean tomorrow we have Pickens available, Christian Watson as a receiver is of course available.
Sky
Moore is there. Chiefs got to be thinking about receiver.
Might pull off the Debo sandwich.
I'll pass on that one. I was hoping the Jets would do it just to get it out of our hair.
Apparently we projected it as a 49ers projected. I don't know. There's two different sides of the story. Who knows that and what? But the Debo could have potentially been a Jet, but one party was rejected.
Interesting.
No
I think
Debo
we got
talk.
D-Wade.
He did okay today.
One hell of a receiver.
I mean, look, to me, like if Debo has lasted this long now and not been traded, I say he's probably going to stay a 49er at this point.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to hold out. He didn't want to play for him.
Yeah, let's see.
With the 32nd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select
What the hell?
Lewis Cine. Okay. Hey, this is a good player, guys. I do want to say that. It's not who I expected, but this is a good player. So.
Well, that takes him off the board.
Where does he fall on draft board? Is what I'm thinking about.
Lewis Cine was an early second-round pick projection in most cases. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was.
I think as a player he's phenomenal. I do like him quite a bit. It's not who I thought they would take here.
He has some coverage concerns, honestly.
So,
Yeah.
playing with that Georgia defense, like, where do you put guys that come out of that defense? Do you downgrade them a bit because their defense was so good all around, or do you upgrade them because they're contributing to that defense?
Yeah, you got to look at the full package on that because it's hard a lot of times. Like, when you go to scout teams like Alabama, sometimes it's hard to project where certain guys are going to wind up in the NFL. Now they're going to work out just due to all the talent around them. And for Georgia, that whole defense could be drafted this year. So for me, it's especially in a safety. As a safety, you got to look at them individually, and it's hard to do that a lot of times. You just got to watch it clip by clip, play by play, I would think, to get a good read on this guy. I like him from what I've seen as a prospect, but I'm also not an NFL scout, so.
Would they take 5 guys in the first round?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you guys.
I was going to say, when I look at it, the first thing I think about is the fact that you have Georgia and Alabama, head coaches have coached together. Those two teams are like NFL squads.
Yeah.
They are pretty close, and the way they teach them is similar. So they're going to just plug into whatever that coach asks them to do, whatever that defensive coordinator asks, they're going to be able to do it because they've been adjusted. They've been growing in it for like 4 or 5 years. So I think they're going to be fine. They're just going to fit right in.
I agree. I'm funny you brought that up because I said that a little bit ago today. Yeah. Just Georgia and Alabama, it's like watching 2 pro teams basically out there, which is why I love watching a lot of SEC football. But, you get guys that are pro-ready in a lot of cases. And to me, it's, this guy, Lewis Cine, was making plays and making an impact on that team. And even though they had the Devontae White and the Jordan Davis and Quay Walkers on the field, you saw him still making impacts on his own. You saw him standing out, where he wasn't just like a body in the mix of a pile. He was still standing out and making plays when they mattered. And that's why they had, what I thought was the best defense in the nation by far last year.
Oh, yeah, so they had Traylon Walker, Jordan Davis, Quay Walker, Devontae White, and Lewis Cine, so 5 players. I forgot Quay Walker.
Crazy.
That's nuts. But hey, that's a championship team right there. So
yeah, that's an amazing team. I love the players on that team.
Well, hey, Lonnie, before we jet out here, Bucks are first pick of the second round here. What are we thinking, man?
Like I said, I don't know. You got to look at somebody who's maybe long in the tooth and then find a guy. I mean, as long as you have Tom Brady and you got Todd Bowles as defensive coordinator, it's kind of hard to figure out who you're going to pick. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, those guys can play. And they've been doing it. I think they were close last year. They were just off by one receiver.
That's right.
That was it.
Yeah. And Godwin was a huge part of that offense. I mean, the guy's one of the best route runners in the league. Great hands, too. So he makes an impact on that team. Obviously he's healthy now, but for me, if I'm Tampa Bay, I'd probably go defensive line here.
Yeah, because Todd Bowles, when he's taking over the head coach spot too, but he's still calling defense from what I heard. So, as long as he's calling defense, the Bucks are going to be one of the top teams in that division. So easily. So cool. Hey guys, I appreciate you all joining. Lonnie, Carlos, Michael, Jude Jets had to hop off. Everybody else, Jeremy had a great podcast. Dan, that's right. It's time to go to school. Dan Harris, Michael Price, Dan Brosnan, Ryan Larison. Jonathan didn't get to join us, but we'll get him on his reaction to the Saints picks. Ross Bristow. Redbird Red Zone for their little bit of take here before the Chiefs traded up on us. So I just appreciate everybody hopping on and having a great time. It was a fun time this draft. I can't say we're going to do it next year because it's here in KC, so where we're going to be. we're gonna be downtown.
We're gonna be at the draft.
At the draft. Maybe we'll do like some kind of cool like phone deal. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. But
Draft, I love it.
yeah,
Oh,
man.
that's gonna be
hey,
fun.
that would be fun. If I can make that work, that'd be fun. So, but hey, guys, appreciate you joining me. This draft. So, thank you all.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Great hanging out with you
Hey,
guys.
we'll keep in contact. We'll get you guys on the show too and talk a little bit. Thanks all.
guys. Thank you.
All right, guys. So the draft's wrapped up. Mike, you're upset.
I'm not happy at all about this.
You're upset.
I mean, coming into this draft, you have 2 picks back to back. Could have sat tight and probably came out with a couple good guys. And I felt like trading up and giving away 2 extra picks to get Trent McDuffie was not worth it, especially when Kyrie Elam went a pick after that. I didn't like that at all. And then George Karlaftis is one of my least favorite pass rushers of this entire class. And meanwhile, Boye Mafe still on the board, and so is Arnold Ebiketie. It's irritating. I mean, I know this is me as a fan sitting here venting at the moment, and I don't know everything. But, this is one of those drafts where I'm like, man, we could have probably done a little better here.
Yeah, I agree.
My initial thoughts here is that with those 2 picks, that one of them is going to be a hit and the other one is going to be a miss. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you which one is which, but I don't have a strong feeling that we hit on both of those picks. Now, I hope I'm wrong, but, God forbid we missed on both of them. But I think it's kind of a 50-50 thing here in the first round.
I will say still we have 10 picks total right now currently in this draft. And so I think the best player of this whole class
9 or 10
might not have been what we just took. Our best player of this class might be coming tomorrow. And I could see that happening absolutely with 3 picks. I think 50 is going to have a lot of good players. 62 is still going to have a lot of good players. And then our 3rd round pick left over, potentially. You got to remember, Jamal Charles was also a 3rd round pick.
Careful, we got a lot of stuff over there.
Yeah, Jamal Charles was a 3rd round pick too.
Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt was a 3rd round pick. Look, you can get some really good players in the 3rd round of drafts. And 2nd round with having 2 picks, there's still good guys on the board that I like. So I'm not giving up on this whole draft class, but I'm just going to say the first 2 picks we took are, to me, throwaways.
Yeah. Hey, first round, it's all full of different takes, excitement. We saw a lot of things happen. Jermaine Johnson ended up falling down in the upper 20s.
Oh, I'm well aware of that, Tanner.
Yeah.
I'm very aware of that.
That happened. So, I mean, there's still a lot to go, still a lot of weekend left of draft takes. So, we'll exactly see what happens. We won't be live for those takes. I got some stuff going on. So, but we will have a recap come Wednesday next week, guys. We'll have a little draft talk here going into Wednesday. So
yeah, once we know the full board of what the Chiefs ended up with, we can sit there finally and then look back and revise the whole thing and give our full, complete thoughts of the draft.
Kind of give a way too early off-season review between the draft, free agency, and everything like that for the Chiefs. So and maybe we'll even, I don't know, maybe we get a chance to rank some teams. So, but anyways, Jason, anything else today?
Yeah, go Chiefs.
This was our longest podcast of all time.
Guys, we're at
almost
3
4 hours
and 47 minutes.
Yeah. So, hey, we did it, guys.
This was fun.
I only had to piss one time, so that's actually amazing.
Same here. This was a blast. I had we had great guests on the show. I thought it was phenomenal. So, hey, give us a like, subscribe. If you guys were tuned in all show long, show us some support, and we'll catch you guys later.
Yep. See you guys later.
We out.
See you guys.